I can't believe everyone's here. I'm kind of still in shock.
Why is everybody quiet?
I like it. That's how this is.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
I can't stand y'all!
Oh my god. You could not ask for better timing.
Damn.
Oh my god. What is going on, everybody? RogersBase here. Welcome to Japan Time Season 3. We are back. Joining me this week, I've got the Triforce of Awesome. Of course, Shofu, Zeph, and Ricky Cocaine.
Ricky Cocaine!
The future, and there's a race war coming.
All right. As well as series regulars, Coast, War Champ 7, and of course, our trusty editor who's going to make this episode look amazing when it gets uploaded to Shofu's channel, Mike. What's going on, you guys?
What's up?
That's it? Nah.
That's all you've got? This is
I need
Smash
some more
Bros. On Switch.
enthusiasm, my guy.
Cancelled. He's replaced.
2018, we're just throwing Mike back in the blender again? Is that what we're doing?
Well, I mean, he's going back in the blender.
Hey,
All right, on
need some
top of that,
quality, man.
we also have two very special guests this week. McDareth.
2.
Hey, what's up? You know, it's me, your boy McDareth, Bird
Let's
God.
go!
Okay.
Talk to him!
What's
That's the real bird god. Man, respect him.
And of course, Mr. Silent Doom.
That's no longer my name, good sir.
Yeah.
I go by the tag Vero nowadays.
No.
His name
right.
is Silent.
No.
Roger,
Whoa.
I know.
Nobody calling him Vera.
Well, hold on. No, don't cut
Whoa.
me off because I'm going with the joke right now. And I heard that. I heard Roger in a British accent. I was going to say. And finally, last but not least, not quite special guest, not quite series regular, but the man we need to have on, the man who's been my boy since I started YouTube, the one, the only, Mr. Duncan Knee Deep.
All because I didn't text you and tell you I was in LA for lunch. Okay.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah. I guess you're not my boy. I mean, I guess you're not my boy anymore. Then if you want to expose yourself like that, that's fine. But you guys, Smash Brothers has been announced for the Nintendo Switch. We have for this day.
Come on, man.
It's never gonna be early enough in the day for that, or later.
Come on.
So basically, last week we had a Nintendo Direct, and during that Nintendo Direct, the big final reveal after the update for Splatoon 2 was that Super Smash Brothers, a new Super Smash Brothers game, we're going to get into that in a little bit, but a new Super Smash Brothers game was announced for Nintendo Switch. Not a lot of stuff is confirmed about it just yet, but we do know that it has a 2018 release date, which is amazing, and that Mario, Link, the champion version of Link,
It's Breath of the Wild Link.
and, of course, the Inklings are going to be joining the fray. Smash Brothers, coming to Nintendo Switch. What'd you guys think? First impressions, reactions, thoughts,
man.
anything. Let's go.
I was truly shocked. I didn't expect it. You know, if I expected an announcement, it wasn't at that time. It was probably going to be, you know, E3 time I'd expect it. And I definitely didn't expect it to come out this year on top of that. You know. So.
Was the reason that they chose such a random day? That's what
right. That's what I'm saying. No,
Yeah.
It seems like the info didn't get out anywhere. I saw leaks about that direct, and I didn't see anything
but
about
Smash
Smash
wasn't.
anywhere. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. Those leaks listed like Ever Oasis port and like a bunch of stuff that didn't end up happening. Though I did see the WarioWare thing early. But yeah, beyond that, I don't think anybody really expected Smash Brothers. This definitely felt like an E3 reveal. Even the way that they made the trailer, like with the Inklings and the logo and seeing Mario and Link and just the music, the chants that now people are trying to make the theme song out of the chants in the background. Truly insane. I truly don't think any of us really expected it the day of, but I am really glad that it happened.
During the direct, I was like, I tweeted out, "Are we going to get anything good in this direct? I know we're 100% not getting Smash, but could we get something good?" And then that happened at the end.
And then Smash happens. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like, did you guys kind of have an inkling, no pun intended, that it was going to be Smash Brothers at the end of the Splatoon segment? So right after they said one more thing, like, did you know right away that it was Smash, or did you guys think it was like a Splatoon port or something? Because like right away I knew, like as soon as they said one more thing.
I didn't want to believe.
Yeah, same. Like when they did the Splatoon video, I thought it could be Smash because it could be like the because it looked like the original Splatoon announcement, which seemed weird. But what I thought was like it's probably not. It's probably like Splatoon Online League, like the different arms.
Yeah, probably some mobile game.
That would have been cool, actually.
Real quick, so I can introduce him while we're still having this conversation. We have the man, the myth, the legend, my brother, for more reasons than one, Mr. D1. What's going on, D1?
What does that mean?
Yeah, he knows what that means. That's all good.
Yo, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh my gosh, his voice is like chocolate.
Oh man.
How you doing, man? How's everybody doing?
It's wonderful having you on here. First reactions to Super Smash Bros. On Nintendo Switch. Did you expect it during the Direct?
He probably
what
knew
did you
6
think
months
about
ago.
Yeah, this man knew.
God.
One, just be honest with us. Break the NDA. What is it called? The non-disclosure. Just tell us what happened.
All right, so I will say that I expected to hear something this year, but I didn't expect to hear that something was going to be released this year. So when I saw the trailer at first, I don't know if any of you guys got to see the kid's reaction, but I kept calling it out because he was like, and one more thing. I was like, oh, one more thing. Obviously Smash Brothers, because you guys hit us with a bunch of nice little announcements. You know, Undertale was really cool, and a bunch of the other games that they talked about in the for the Direct. But I felt like 2018 going into 2018, especially after 2017 was just so beautiful for the Switch, right? They dropped so many AAA titles. I was like, 2018, y'all gotta find a way to top 2017, or you probably won't top 2017, unless you announce Smash like right now. In my head, that's what I said. And then out of nowhere, the moment Homeboy said, and one more thing, I was like, it better be Smash or it's gonna fall on deaf ears. So then I watch and I just see the Inklings are just like shooting at each other, and I had a little bit of doubt in my heart. Then, as I kept watching them go, I was like, okay, I get it now. They're going to put these characters in Smash Brothers, I call it, and then I see that pause. You see the Smash Ball symbol in her eye, and then that's when I flipped out because I was like, holy crap, I was on the money. But I will tell you right now, though, nobody really told me anything from the big end. It's just that I have a bunch of credible sources that are usually good at leaking, but I don't like putting their names out there.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the chat are saying that they want you as the new announcer, and I agree.
They're nuts. My voice isn't as good as Xander Mobus. Get out of here.
So do you think?
Thank you.
Do you think Xander's actually going to come back? Because I feel like they've had a different announcer every game.
Yeah,
and I thought he did a really good job, but
I think he was amazing at what he did.
Yeah.
But they probably might stick to having a new announcer if this is a new game. But you know, I'm in both sides, right? I'm not 100% sold on either it being a new game or a port. I'm just, you know, one of the reasons for this, I'll be honest, one of the reasons for this is because I want to be pleasantly surprised. If it's a port or it's a fusion of 3DS and Wii U, I'll be like, all right, cool. You know, this is what I expected. But then if it's a new game, it's like, holy crap, thank you so much. I can't wait to see what's going to happen, you know, in the future, especially for this scene, since it kind of feels like a lot of us had our fill of Smash 4.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure,
I'm tired
definitely.
of it, honestly.
I'm 100% confident that it's a new game.
I was a damn fiend
yeah,
for
me
Smash
too.
4.
There's no way, like, it's basically was confirmed that it's been in development.
Wait. Before we get into all that, I want to know why D1 thinks. I want to know why you're neutral on it. Why do you think that it could potentially be a fusion or a port? What based on the info we have already?
Yeah.
All right. So one of the reasons why, first off, one of the reasons why I think it's obviously going to be a new game is because of the fact that when you look at the copyrights, with Luigi's Mansion, Mario Luigi, right? They extended the copyrights for those games, but even when you look at the trailer, it shows it on the bottom, right? But for Smash, it shows a completely brand new copyright. But at the same time, as far as the trend that we have seen for games from the Wii U to the Switch, they keep implying that nobody had a Wii U. So if that's the case, why all of a sudden are you going to imply all of us had Smash for Wii U, but you're going to re-release Donkey Kong, you're going to re-release Pokken, Mario Kart, and then all of a sudden for Smash Brothers, things change? Like, I thought nobody had a Wii U. Why won't you re-release Wii U? I just found that a little funny. Like, everybody's saying how it's obvious that nobody had a Wii U, that's why they're re-releasing it, and I'm happy with it. Okay, if you're happy with it, why aren't you happy with the fact that this could potentially be another port, and maybe it's just like 3DS and Wii U, maybe that's why it's brand new, because it's a fusion of both. Like,
I will interject real quick, because I have seen a lot of people saying that, like, oh, it's got to be a port because they created so much content for Wii U and 3DS. And what I'm saying is, like, when has there ever been a Smash Brothers game ever carried over content from the previous games? Every single game is known for doing that. And so ultimately, if they end up bringing back a ton of characters that were added from the Wii U and 3DS games, and they have relatively the same movesets, like obviously we've seen from the trailer, Link is going to have, I'm assuming, either a different moveset or some type of different skills. But based on some of these other characters, I mean, if they put in all this work to create characters like Bayonetta and Cloud and Pac-Man and all the characters they added in the Wii U version, I don't necessarily think they're going to go in and revamp everything about those characters beyond maybe some balance changes. But I do think that at its core, this is a new game, because you're getting new characters, you're going to get new stages, it's on a new system, and even if a lot of content is carried over from the previous game, it's not a port. Because like you said, they would have either called it Super Smash Brothers for Switch, or they would have called it, Smash Brothers Deluxe or something. And the fact that it has a placeholder name right now, and we saw Champion Link and not the regular Link right away, says to me that this is probably a new game. And on top of that, we haven't gotten into this yet, but like the silhouettes that are in the background of the characters. Clearly, a lot of those characters look different than their Smash 4 models. The Samus really stands out to me right away, and so does the Bowser. And again, right there, even if it's something like new character models or updated character models, if it is new content, and even if they're bringing back a ton of stuff from the Wii U and 3DS games, that still does not mean that it's a port. It means that it's a new game with modes that are being carried over from the previous game. I'm looking at this sort of like Splatoon 2, where a lot of stuff carried over from Splatoon 2, assets carried over from the original Splatoon, but at the end of the day, Splatoon 2 is still an entirely new game. And that's kind of what I expect out of this. Because if you remember in the early days of Switch, that's what lots of people were arguing about Splatoon 2. People were seeing the trailer before it was officially announced and going, is that a new game or is that like an old game? It seems like they have new designs. Like, what's going on there? And I feel like even with that, it seemed clearer to me that that could have been a port. The way they're teasing it, the way even Nintendo employees are talking about it, the way Sakurai's talking about it, how he's been working in silence, he would not be hyping it up this much, and Nintendo wouldn't be hyping it up this much. They're not that stupid to then be like, oh, it's just a port of the old games.
I will say I do agree with what you're saying, Roger, but like I said before, the only reason I took the stance that I did is because I don't want to be hit with that reality that they just put a bunch of fresh new skins and then gave us a fusion of 3DS and Wii U. That's all I'm saying. I'm totally not saying that, the things that you have found are can point us in the direction of a new game, but I really, really don't want to be disappointed. That's all.
Which I think is totally fair.
That's probably a good idea.
If that's the way you're going about it, that's totally fine.
Either way, too.
See, but at the same time,
I'm going straight into it saying new game. I don't care.
I don't see the way I feel. I don't even care if it is a new game or not, because in my mind, I just wanted something. I wanted Smash to feel new for any reason. There's new characters, Inklings. I'm good already. I'm fine.
Right.
I just wanted some kind of new content for Smash in any way, shape, or form, because I thought it was done for a while. So I'm happy.
Another thing is just why. Obviously, in the trailer, we heard a new theme song. Why would a port require that?
There's a lot of things that say it's new.
But it's hard to call
I
it a theme song.
understand D1's stance of being like, if you go on the fence, so that the very worst case scenario is, oh, I was right, and it's
That's all. I'm just being safe.
I usually
I
do that.
really don't want to be pissed off when I'm like, new game, and then boom, psych. You guys wanted skins? I saw Nairo stream. Here's skins.
I usually think when I go into new games, I expect the worst. I expect the absolute worst.
Same.
But this time I'm fully confident that it's a new game. There's no real reason to think it's a port other than the fact that they ported other Wii U games. It's just like an assumption.
Yeah, and the logo's different too. I mean, that's something that really stood out to me even when watching it. It was like a lot of people were like, "Oh, no, it is not." You look at the logo from the old games and you look at this one. This one is new. And one thing that really stood out to me in that trailer that was very different from like the Smash 4 version was that with the logo in this one, the way that it stretched onto the screen, and I hate to use these words and talk about it like this, but it reminded me a lot of Melee.
Brawl did it too.
Really did. Brawl did it too, and so did the original Smash Brothers, but the Wii U one didn't do it. And just like that little effect alone was sort of enough to hint to me that like, oh, okay, this is something different from what we've already been playing.
The stretching on the Wii U and 3DS one is just part of the stylizing of the logo. Like they've used the same font for all of the Smash games.
Yep.
Yeah, they use the same font, but they haven't done the same pop-in shit since.
Right, the pop-in effect, exactly.
This is just like a generic Super Smash Bros. Logo, so it's literally just their typeface that says Super Smash Bros. Like there's no like little flares on the ends of it. There's no fire. There's no like.
Yeah, it'll probably look a lot different once we get the official title.
The final one. This is just like a placeholder thing.
It's tentative.
Super Smash game.
Yeah.
If you want to go full tinfoil hat, the 3 games that did have that pop-in text were worked on by HAL. The game that didn't get worked on by HAL didn't get that text, and now this game we're all assuming it's being worked on by HAL. So
it says in the copyright that it's
no. People assume that, but like the original game, Nintendo/HAL, that represents Smash 64, not
it's because of character
else.
copyrights.
I'm on the Smash Wii U site right now, and even on the original copyright stuff there, it doesn't list Namco Bandai anywhere there. So
never did except for characters.
Yeah, so like again, that can be just thrown out of the window for any speculation on whether or not it's a new one or not.
Also on the website, every single like character page now links to a specific Wii U 3DS thing.
Yeah.
Which I mean you could use, I guess. So
I didn't even notice the website got updated.
Everything, the whole website changed.
Yeah, you log on and now it immediately links to the placeholder for this new game.
Yeah, and there's a link to the Switch version when you go to the Wii U version.
Yeah.
I hadn't looked at the site. It obviously makes sense that got updated, but I never even thought to look. I have a lot of thoughts on it. Everything Roger said was like correct towards that, but then there's all like the Nintendo factor also means that half of the stuff he said could also mean it's a port. Like why would Nintendo like the way Nintendo staff are replying to questions about it makes me feel like it's a new game. Like you could also say it's a port and they just don't want to outright say that while the hype is still at its peak. Like they want to let it die down and then be like, yeah, it's a deluxe, and not just like fucking punch everybody right in the face the second they think it's a new game.
I don't know though. Like every single deluxe they brought over, every single time it says the name, it says deluxe or DX or something.
They're very specific. They make sure you know that it's a port.
Yeah. Here's my other weird conspiracy theory on this whole new game port thing, is that maybe because Sakurai's been working on this, right? So maybe it started as a port, and maybe they wanted to get it out with the online, because they did mention that the online was going to come in at the very end of the first year when it was first announced, and then it got delayed to September. And we got through last year, we had ARMS, we had Pokken, we had a bunch of like fighting games that got released, and I think a lot of people expected at E3, because we'd already known about those games, that now they'll announce those because it won't really cannibalize on the hype for those other games, but they know that if they do announce Smash that it will, So they waited a little bit. And then maybe they tested something in the background, or they saw that the year was already so strong, they didn't really feel like they needed to use it right then, and they went, you know what, let's actually work on it. Let's delay the online. Let's make this go in line with this game. And you know what? If we have an extra year to work on it, let's turn this into a new game. Let's not just make this a port where we'll eventually add characters as DLC. Let's turn this into a new game. And then I think they were working on it, and Sakurai realized, yeah, you know what? I don't just want to do a port. Sakurai's an amazing developer for a number of reasons, but Sakurai is never lazy, ever.
Yeah, I think
he goes above and beyond the Call of Duty to not be lazy.
It's true. A lot of thing with Melee and Brawl. where he said, either you make a new Smash or we're porting Melee to the Wii.
Right.
And
Right.
Like a Melee Brawl.
On top of everything, just the way Sakura has been tweeting about it, it goes off like with the feeling that it is a new game and he's not just.
It is pride in it.
Yeah, like he's tweeting about how he's really working hard on it.
Okay, you say he's not lazy, but where's Wolf at?
Okay, wait. I have something that we can transition.
All right, dog. No.
I have something we can transition off onto.
I'm still waiting on Geno. So they made him a skin. They gutted him out. And they just made him into a costume. I am not gonna
hold up,
damn me gunner.
The Inklings got made a costume first.
Yeah. So you know what that means? Heihachi confirmed.
And Ken K. Rool. There you go.
My boy Lloyd from Tails. Isaac.
Wait, who just said Monster Hunter? Because that would actually be amazing.
They're gonna do a dope ass trailer where like they have the Miis. They're gonna have the Miis running around the costume. And they're gonna be like, we're axing Miis, and all of these costumes are becoming real characters.
Thank God.
That'd be amazing.
That's right something weird about the Geno costume is he was the only one. That was the only Mii costume that came out in that DLC pack. Sakurai had to have at least seriously considered putting him in the game.
He was the only one that had a splash screen.
Yeah.
That's right. He did. He did.
Roger,
you guys remember?
You said
go ahead.
It's never happening.
It's probably not, but
we said never about Cloud. Too,
yeah, Cloud.
Here we are.
It's never happening. After Capcom and Nintendo fell out, how they have over Monster Hunter, it's not happening.
Okay, but I can see the argument with Capcom and Monster Hunter, but I think Capcom is one of the only third parties that, to me, like I feel like Ryu and Mega Man are locks for this game. And I don't want to get into I don't want to get into like character discussions in this episode yet because we're doing this weekly. We got to save some stuff for other episodes, and there's like so much to dive into with this first trailer. But I do think, just very briefly, in terms of third parties, I feel like all of the characters, aside from maybe Cloud, will in terms of the third parties because Sega and Capcom and Namco, I feel, are very close with Nintendo this generation. All of them have released a lot of stuff on the Switch. And while Duncan's right about like the falling out with Monster Hunter, I do think they've really been pushing like all of the Street Fighter ports hard. They're having the new Mega Man game to come to it. They just released Pac-Man Championship Edition 2 or whatever it was, like on Switch a couple days ago. That's from Namco's side. And even with Square, I think maybe Cloud might not come back, but I would be shocked if a Square character didn't also come into this game because Square has been supporting the Switch like very few other developers. I mean, you've got the World Ends With You port. You've got them creating like Project Octopath Traveler. They created that I Am Setsuna port like right at the launch of the system. They have that Lost Sphere game that's coming out. I do feel like Square Enix has really been pushing, and Dragon Quest, of course, too.
Yo, Roger, you know how did you see for Tekken that they announced Noctis?
Dude, I will get crucified for this. I want Noctis in Smash.
Me too. I think his moveset would be great.
He'd be awesome. Yeah.
I'm gonna do the thing I do on the show and ask the controversial question. If you had to pick Cloud or Noctis?
Noctis.
I'd say Cloud.
Noctis is way more dynamic than Cloud's.
I would pick Cloud too. Sorry.
I pick Cloud because the legacy of who Cloud is. Like Noctis is cool and Final Fantasy 15 cool, but Cloud is just like a level above him just because of who he is.
I also just want Noctis because he's new, and he hasn't pissed me off like Cloud.
I think
I gotta call him out right now on stream. I just texted D1 like 5 minutes before the stream started. I said, "Hey, Japan time's right now. Just hop on in." He responds to me with "Who dis?"
You have a new phone.
Unbelievable, man.
Yo, this
new phone. Who dis?
This man's gonna hop on. He was just, he was just making sure you could get your name set right in this phone.
Oh, it's the same phone number. I never added you. Oh my god.
Oh my god. That's just, oh my god.
I stood up for this man, and he just fucking did you dirty like that.
Oh my god.
That's wild.
One thing I feel about the new Smash or whatever we feel that it's going to be is that I think it's actually going to have more new content than people may be expecting. Because I feel like people often forget that Smash 4 was developed within 2.5 years, and that was 2 games in tandem with each other in 2.5 years. Assuming that this has had a similar amount of development time, we knew that Sakurai was developing a game from November 2016. They've had quite a bit of time, assuming that like they release this around the end of the year. They've had quite a bit of time to work on this, so there's a lot that they can do with it.
I have a lot to say on that matter.
I have something that we can transition into because I know what you want to say. Okay.
No. You know the fight I want to start, but I also have a lot I want to say on development time.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so Melee was made in like what, a year?
13 months. Yep.
Yeah,
Something like
Melee
that,
was
yes.
made super quick. Brawl, they took a bunch of time. It was either going from Melee to Brawl or from Brawl to Wii U. There was a whole bunch of stuff that they just couldn't carry over. I think judging by a lot of movesets, they going from Brawl to Wii U, they probably referenced a lot of animations, but I'm pretty sure like they couldn't actually carry over the data from Brawl to Wii U, or it might have been Melee to Brawl. One of the two, they basically had to start from scratch.
I think it was Melee to Brawl.
I want to say that.
But the other thing is that going from Brawl to Wii U was also them going from normal definition to high definition, and Nintendo has said in multiple interviews they completely underestimated the increase in workload of moving from like 480 games to HD. So Wii U's development time, they probably carried over as much from Brawl as possible. And it was probably very little because they would have to do like whole new models, all new animations.
Yeah.
Making Wii U, they had to start from scratch. But going from Wii U to Switch, if they still have like their source assets from working on the game, they would probably be able to carry over a lot of stuff. 3 years to make like if they were going ground up, like starting from scratch, building a new Smash with more content or like the same amount of content as Wii U, I do not think there's any chance they could have done it in 3 years. So that's part of the reason why I'm thinking it's either like port or like enhanced port. And I kind of look at Splatoon 2 the same way, where yeah, it's Splatoon 2, but it's in a way it's like an enhanced port. Like there's probably a bunch of stuff they were able to carry over. As far as we can tell, the netcode was carry over, unfortunately. So they probably worked with like the same engine. They just like they spruced a couple of things up. They remade all the specials to be like more clever and like have more counterplay that you can work with them. So Splatoon 2 is a new game, but it's kind of like a port with a bunch of stuff tacked on, and I feel like that could happen with the Wii U version. So it's hard to tell, and like with Nintendo not clarifying,
at that point,
they definitely know. Yeah, like
yeah,
and that's the thing is like it's hard to kind of weigh what entirely makes a brand new game.
I will say this though, real quick, is that with the Wii U game, I think something that a lot of people forget is that yes, while the character, they still were developing two separate games at the same time. Like Sakurai made the 3DS game and the Wii U game at the exact same time in the same time frame, basically. So if he's only working on one game, and like you just mentioned, they're bringing over a lot of those HD assets, like it really depends on how much they can carry over. I legitimately think they can make an entirely new game, especially if he's been working on it for as long as he said.
I might be wrong here, Roger, but did the 3DS and Wii U versions not share a bunch of, like, the engine's the same and the code's the same?
The only things they shared is probably the underlying engine and, like, the character data itself.
That's
like,
it.
As far as everything goes, the 3DS and Wii U versions are like two completely different games. They just happen to have the same characters that are balanced exactly the same. Like even the stage lists are different. The modes are different. The stage lists are different. Some of the items are different. I think.
I remember that part. I just didn't know if the engine was actually the same engine or if they.
Yeah, so they built an engine that would run on both, and they probably had like some configuration stuff that they could change, and they would have had to have different models for the 3DS version that were lower resolution. Like 3DS and Wii U were two different games. We look at them as both as Smash 4, but they weren't. Like they were two different games with the exact same characters and the same balance.
Yeah.
And that only happened as like a principle on Sakurai's part because he didn't want the two different games because they were coming out in like the same console cycle to not like compete with each other. It's like, oh, this one has this character, but this one has this character. Which one do I want to get? And that's why we didn't get Ice Climbers, was because they couldn't run on the 3DS.
And on top of that too, even though he mentioned Ice Climbers and that stuff, transforming characters as well were dropped. The idea of transforming characters, so
because of the 3DS.
Exactly. So I am wondering if maybe we'll get a new transforming character, or they'll bring some back. I feel like just based on those silhouettes. Well, I mean, yeah, that's the one everybody wants.
We can keep it real simple and just put Wolf back in the game.
That's what I'm saying. Where's Wolf?
Wait, I thought we weren't talking about characters. Nah, forget that. He's not Ice Climbers. Okay.
Okay, but
so there's two things I want to say that should follow off of the point I just made. The other thing, if they're carrying over source assets, they have Ice Climbers. They made them for Wii U. They couldn't get them working on 3DS. So if they're carrying over resources, that they're probably like a free in. Like they're probably coming back because they probably have them made already.
Cool.
The other thing that Chad is realizing is that Smash for Switch is Smash 6.
So no, listen.
No,
Hey,
it is
so
not.
And even
there,
if he was
remember we talked about this on
Dr. Wright
Japan
himself
Time.
has said it, and he has said it in interviews multiple times.
I don't care.
No,
what
we
he
talked
said.
about this on Japan Time a long time ago when Bandai Namco posted a job listing for Smash 6. They did that, and it was a game that was going to come out on the Wii U/3DS. I don't know what exactly it was going to be, but it was a thing. And it was called Smash Bros. 6.
Oh, that's the thing that like got canceled or whatever. And
I guess. I don't know.
Or
it's totally
quote,
cool
unquote,
that we call
canceled.
3DS and Wii U Smash 4 because it's Smash 4 Wii U. But if you are thinking of
no
it,
one's gonna call it Smash 6 anyway.
Nobody
better
differentiates
have a name.
3DS and Wii
Yeah,
U.
can we
bro.
please just get a name?
First of all, nobody
It better
even
be
cares
in-
about 3DS to begin with at this point. Nobody separates those people like when everything that's possible.
I want Smash
in
2
Smash
HD.
4. Huh?
I want Smash 2 HD.
Melee HD.
I want Smash 2 HD.
I see.
Here's a crazy
Until we have a title,
fucking-
this is Smash 6.
Nobody really differentiates
Is this
Wii U and 3DS versions.
I see. I don't think the title is going to be Smash 6. I think
No, it better be like Melee and Brawl.
I think so too. I think it'll be something like maybe not Switch or like. Well, it depends on I guess what the new modes are, right? If there's like some new gimmick about this one, if there's like a tag mode or something, then maybe it would go off of that. But honestly, I'm not really sure. I mean, there's lots of synonyms for fight, so they can.
How would a
Your
tag
boy-
mode work in Smash?
But here's like
3 stocks. Real quick, 3 stocks, and then when you or however many stocks you choose, and then for each stock you choose a different character, and you
that'd
switch
be
between.
sick. That would actually be sick.
That'd be awesome. Yeah,
Oh, so you mean like Project M's All-Star mode?
that's exactly what I mean.
We seen that at CEO.
That's right. That's right.
That mode is clean though.
Yeah, I love it. It was fun.
Man, I really want a story mode back.
Me too. I don't even
Story or adventure?
I want level design of adventure mode from Melee, but then
Yeah.
subspace cutscenes.
That'd be
Alright, so-
awesome.
Yes.
On the topic of things that we want, here's what I want from the community side: a tournament mode, so that I don't have to see Alex Valle tweet out, "Hey, you guys need to bring your own switches. We're gonna have docs at the setup." Come on, man.
What's enough? What's enough for you guys, man?
Honestly, this,
A new game.
this is
No,
probably
I
going to be
mean,
controversial.
you want it in
This
the
is going to
middle.
be really controversial. What I'm going to say is this: this was what would be enough, right? Cut
Over
all the stadium.
55
Cut.
stages.
No. The stages and characters aren't the issue. I would say cut all of the stadium stuff. We don't need it. Keep home run contest. Break the targets, character specific, and
Yes.
add back in like board the
Wait,
platforms. That's
multi-man?
fine. No, like multi-man and stuff is fine. That's not what I'm talking about. Like all the stuff that was added in Melee is fine. If you bring back everything from Melee, that's fine. But what they could do is then add maybe back in an adventure mode with what you guys were talking about, like subspace style cutscenes. But at the same time, they wouldn't have to put as much development time into what they did with subspace. They could just make cool cutscenes and an easily replayable adventure mode that's maybe like an hour or two or something. And then at the end, maybe you battle like Hades or something, who's the secret boss. I don't know. But like something like that is like an adventure mode. And then cut the level editor. We don't need it. They tried it twice. It sucks. Cut it.
Yeah,
What about
Yeah,
Smash?
get rid of it.
Cut Smash Tour. Nobody needs Smash Tour. Cut Smash Tour. However,
Smash Roll.
if they want to bring back something from Wii U and 3DS that was like a unique mode, bring back Smash Run with one condition, which is that the players can interact with each other.
Yeah.
Because playing on the same screen, but then you can't actually see anybody is so stupid. Make it like Kirby City Trial mode, where you pick up power-ups, but then if you run into your opponents, you can take them out. So that's the only mode, honestly, that I would care about them carrying over from Wii U and 3DS. And to be completely honest, if they don't carry that over either, that's fine. And then can make maybe a new mode, like I said, a tag mode or something that doesn't really take a lot of development time, and we're good. Bring back as many characters as possible. Maybe drop some characters if you want. You know, certain clones could be alternate costumes. We don't really need them to come back. And that's it. We're good. Add a bunch of new stages. We're good.
Hey, wait, one more thing to add to that, Roger. I loved everything
Sure.
that you mentioned, but if we could have a solid ranked mode so that,
Thank
you know how...
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yes.
They got cats out here streaming Dragon Ball Z, I'm #1 in the world, you know, Street
They
Fighter.
don't understand, bro.
I want to do stuff like that. I want to stream me going in ranked and getting my butt kicked and, you know, getting salty and then picking myself back up and saying, nah, man, I'm trying to be top 10 in the world, soon to be #1. Let's go.
For
Yes.
me, one of the most enjoyable things when I watch Street Fighter, when I watch DBFZ, I like following the players. I like seeing this guy grind and get to top 10 on ranked and then go to a tournament and body people. Because I literally
Facts.
watched his grind. I watched him get better. I watched him learn matchups for real because he's playing on ranked. I love that. So it's really it just sucks that I can't watch the same kind of progression on Smash 4 or any other Smash game for that.
Pachirisu would be way better, boss.
Pachirisu boss in the chat. Pachirisu boss in the chat just said even Pokken has ranked. That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Pokken ranked
Mario
is some
Tennis
dick. Oh! The number 1 player on Pokken ranked could be awful. He just it's not. I don't think that's a good.
The person who got number 1 on Switch just quit on people. Honestly,
yeah. Don't bring in Pokken.
Yeah.
But like, it's a good point though that like all the current like games are pushing, especially like they were pushing the Nintendo Versus counts. Splatoon 2.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say too. Now that it's on Nintendo Versus, it's all smashed out now. Maybe we will get some kind of competitive support in some kind of way. Hopefully,
it's hard to tell because Nintendo Versus is basically just a NOA operated account. It's like they might not have any actual influence over. Hopefully, they have influence over the actual development of the game.
Maybe,
but they might not necessarily.
Well, I wasn't even saying that. But
I will say one thing when it comes to the guys at NOA, they do ask them for feedback. The NOA guys are the Treehouse guys,
right?
And you know when they do get their hands on it, it's not guaranteed that the feedback that they give will be applied, but you know they do take it into consideration.
They try.
Took
The NOA guys
back at E3 when they had it playable on the floor, and a load of that stuff got implemented.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if what they end up doing this E3 is obviously Smash is going to be a big push, but they've got other games still too. Like we know Fire Emblem's coming out this year. We still don't know Yoshi's name. Like there's other stuff coming out, but I do think that Smash will be ultimately their big push at the show. And if that's the case, like I'm sure they're going to bring back like the tournaments that they did from that E3 you're talking about, Duncan, and like the coins and all that other cool stuff they did. I would not even be surprised if they bring back maybe like a world tournament prior to E3 actually starting, like on that Monday. I know for a fact I would love to go. I think D1, it would be awesome to hear you commentating on it. I'm just saying. So like, NOA, if you're listening, Golan, if you got any say in E3 plans, hit us up.
Just imagine like a Nintendo Capcom tour kind of thing.
It's very possible. The Switch, like they've been doing things they've never done before.
Yeah.
We got to
get me some connections, man.
I mean, I'll say one thing. There's a lot of Smash guys that are becoming Nintendo brand ambassadors lately. So
that's true.
I'll say that Nintendo, they sometimes send me messages where they're like, hey, we're going to have like this cool event where we want to have you come test out this game from this time to this time. And I'm like, oh, crap, really? Like, you know, those opportunities are going to be more available for some of the people in the scene. So that'll be dope. And I'll make sure, like, you know, me and Roger, we both live in LA. If we get the chance to go to those, we'll for sure be recording.
If it's a Smash, well, no, I'm just saying if it's a Smash Brothers event, if it's a Smash event that Nintendo's hosting and it's in LA, and you've got me and D1 as your little brand ambassador reps, I'm telling you, we will we'll let you know what's going down there. So long as it's not an embargo. # free game. # free product.
The embargo was pretty harsh, Roger. You know that. You sign a 500-page embargo every time you walk in.
Oh yeah, I mean, like even looking back to the event that they had in February, where like they brought people to the office, dude, the embargo on Bayonetta, the port of Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2, was insane. And it was like this game is already out on Wii U, but they already had a huge embargo. So yeah, on something new like Smash Brothers, I'm sure it would end up being a big embargo that we would have to sign, unless
Odyssey at the EU one, and the embargo was the harshest thing ever. It's like you can't talk about bosses, you can't talk about the levels, you can talk about how Mario controls, and that's about it. So you can be like, yeah, it was super tight controls. What else? Nothing.
Yeah, Duncan, I was scared actually to even talk about Zelda when I got my Switch on my like a day before my birthday, and I looked at the sheet and I was just like, so I'm just not gonna record anything because I don't know what I can.
Or even like you were saying, Duncan,
when they sent out, you got the embargo in the pack with your Switch.
Yeah,
and it's like they just assumed you'd agreed. They're like, by receiving the Switch, you've agreed to this embargo.
I remember getting so scared because I unboxed my Switch when it came in on stream. It was like before, and it was before it was out. And so I unboxed it on stream and I didn't see that sheet. Oh, look, here's Breath of the Wild. Here's the cartridge. And I looked on the sheet and it was like, I looked to make sure that I didn't break any embargo, and the one thing that it stated was like, you can't show the cartridge of Breath of the Wild. And I had just done it on stream, and I'm like, no, I can't believe this, no. And then I looked at the embargo, like when the time limit was up for the embargo, and it was literally up 10 minutes before I started my stream. So I was like, oh, thank God. So I just made it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, their embargoes are
something crazy that's Smash related and not a lot of people I think know is next year is the series' 20th anniversary. So I think something huge is going to happen, obviously. Maybe the release of this game, it'll be kind of like Splatoon 2, and then next year we get some like fat update with a whole bunch of shit.
DLC is what you're saying, basically?
Maybe. I think I'd like that to be in the base game. I just mean like characters and I don't know.
Yeah.
What I would like to see is it's probably too big of a scope, but like monthly or maybe even bi-monthly like downloadable content that's sort of similar to Melee's event mode.
Melee's event mode, the best one ever.
Yeah, imagine if they just like pushed out monthly content for event mode.
That'd be so fun.
I'd like that.
Okay, guys. Here are a couple things that are on my mind that I really would like for this Switch version of Smash. So you see how there's like the Capcom Pro Tour, right? Where they have like every season there's like there's a new patch. They wait for a year to drop a new patch for the game, and they also drop like skins, stages, along with music. It would be really cool if every year Sakurai would just like drop us a present, you know, with like a totally revamped everything. It's like, okay, cool, because he does actually. So just in case you guys don't know, he pays more attention to the Japanese competitive scene than the American one. So just to put that out there, a lot of people keep thinking Sakurai doesn't watch tournaments, doesn't care about tournaments. No, he sees these cats that play his characters, and he's like, oh, is that the case? And then he patches the characters afterwards. But yeah, let me think. So I agree with Zeph. Zeph was talking about how 20 years we're gonna have the anniversary. I think it would be really dope if we'd actually get an anniversary collection of Smash Brothers.
Would be so sick.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Give us 64. Give us Melee. They're
not giving you Melee on the Switch. They're not gonna do that.
Oh wait, hey! I mean, a man can dream.
A man can dream, but this is Nintendo.
I mean, a lot of people.
I mean, Nintendo's been
I'm not going to be part of that
changing
because I feel like we have a bigger voice nowadays than back then, thanks to social media and etc. In any event, I'm going to stick to this for the 20th anniversary. If they did bless us with 64 Melee Brawl and a fusion of Wii U and 3DS to be all packaged in one, that would allow a lot of people that want to play the older games on the, on the HD monitors, an opportunity to play them, to go back in time and see.
I think it would be amazing. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. It would be the best thing ever. I just don't want to get my hopes up.
I feel you. I feel you. You're taking the safe approach that I'm taking when it comes to
Nintendo ever.
I was going to say, that's the funny thing. On one hand going like, I don't know, I don't think it's a new game, like I want to play it safe, and then meanwhile now he's like, all right, 20th anniversary, bam, every game on Switch, bam, online capabilities, boom, come into the Switch.
It would be cool. It'd be cool.
I agree, it'd be cool. I know, it's just funny.
So here's my thoughts with the stuff that Nintendo's been doing recently, and with that 20th anniversary in mind, and with this game coming out in 2018 on such a short development cycle. A lot of people have talked about the trailer and how it seems like it references something from every single one of the games. The fire in the Smash logo has been around since the original. People have pointed out the harmonies in the background of the video match up with Melee's character selection screen. Splatoon 2 has basically come out, and they've been doing constant updates. Like ever since the game has come out, they've added maps, they've added weapons, and now on top of a constant trickle of content for free, they've now announced a brand new single-player campaign as paid DLC, and beating it, you unlock the ability to play as Octolings. I really feel like a paid expansion like that is them testing the waters on that kind of idea.
Yeah.
And with how fast this game has been made, and with the 20th anniversary around the corner, I would be interested in seeing this game come out with just like the original 64 roster, or like just the Melee roster, and then like 5 months later they add all of the characters that were added in Brawl to this new game.
That would
with,
be
like, all the
awesome.
new
I mean,
physics
I
and
think
whatever.
it'd be.
Tell
Dude,
them again.
I have like this.
Like, imagine this game comes out on whatever day with just the 64 characters, and then
Bro,
like a month later it expands to the Melee roster, but all in this new game.
And then
I have
the
a
next
crazy
few months,
fucking
it expands
idea
to
where
Brawl, and
they
then
like
expands again to.
But and then okay, so
I
imagine
want them to redo every old character's moveset. I'm tired of Mario. Like every character has from 64 for the most part has a sex kick. Everyone knows what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. So every character, like, why can't we have unique moves? Look at Bayonetta, look at Cloud, look how overloaded their kits are, and then go look at hey Kirby.
That's the thing. Yeah, they paid great attention to detail to like Ryu and all the new DLC characters and some of the newer characters in Smash 4. But then some of the other characters are basically straight
Link
from Brawl.
a new moveset.
Yeah, Link
So
gotta
I'm
go,
really-
bro.
so yeah.
Link gotta go.
Really-
Let's go.
I'm really, really glad you guys mentioned this because that's literally the next talking point, which is the Inklings, Mario, and Link specifically. Because we could talk about the silhouettes a little bit later, but the three characters we already know for sure: Mario, Link, and the Inklings. And just on the discussion we were just having about how they overloaded the kits of all the new characters, but really kind of like overlooked some of the older ones.
Yeah.
Now we Champion Link, and Champion Link doesn't have a hook shot. Champion Link can kind of have a boomerang. You can pick up a boomerang, but it's not really like an important part of his moveset.
This like a few days ago.
Yeah, to me, what that says is like the new Link, quote unquote Link. I don't think he's a separate character. I think he's just Link. That's the new Link. I think he's got capabilities of the Breath of the Wild character. I wouldn't be surprised if his up B becomes Rivali's Gale. Yes.
Rivali's
His standard B is the
ending
arrows.
with the paraglider.
No, okay. So Shofu actually came up with a great idea for the way that he could work. Standard B is switching between his different weapons.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
I like that.
And that
I like
changes
that.
your regular attacks.
So
That
then
would be
he's
super elaborate.
I mean,
that'd be
it'd be
amazing.
cool. Like I said, some of the DLC characters in Smash 4 are
Like
pretty unique.
or even Shulk with Monado.
Yeah, there's plenty of unique characters.
Oh,
fuck.
yeah. Oh, dude,
There's
yeah.
plenty of
Fuck, Breath of the Wild Link is gonna have Robin's fucking weapon breaking system. Fuck.
Yeah,
God, please no.
And then you throw it, when it's about to break, you throw it, and it breaks on their face, and then you pull out another weapon.
Man.
God damn
But
it.
that'd be so unique and cool. And like, even with the something as simple as the bombs that Link has had since the first game. Like now with Breath of the Wild, you have the remote bomb. It could be something where like, you make a bomb, you create a bomb, you throw it, and then when you press B down again and you make it explode, you could either like make it explode and have like a big area of attack, or maybe they could do something where like another character picks it up or it sticks to them, similar to the sticky bomb. I mean, they could do whatever they really want to do with Link. He's an open book now. And one thing I want to mention, since we're talking about Link and the champion powers and things like that, is if you look at the silhouettes of the characters that were shown, one of the ones that seems pretty obvious is Breath of the Wild Zelda, too. Because we're probably going to end up getting Breath of the Wild Zelda. And if that's the case, we already have Zelda. Just wait.
We're gonna get some thick Zelda.
No,
just wait.
You're crazy.
No. Let me explain where I'm going.
Hell no, I'm not letting you explain. That is regular ass Zelda.
No.
That is regular ass Zelda.
If we are getting Zelda, just listen.
No, that's regular ass Zelda.
So you Roger has a slight point. Her hair seems to fall.
That is regular ass Zelda.
Breath of the Wild Zelda. Rivali's Gale, Daruk's Protection, Mifa's Grace, Urbosa's Thunder.
I don't think Zelda's at all.
Again,
That doesn't even.
My parents are fighting again.
Because Zelda never got the champion abilities.
Them leggings, though.
Stop! You said it 12 times.
But like, Duncan, like Zelda never got like the abilities from Ocarina of Time.
She can get something else though.
But she just uses them. So like, no, but like Roger's idea is a good point. Like if that's a way to put those in and then make them like fit. Because like even if they were the still Ocarina.
Put what in the leggings and make them fit?
The champion abilities.
Yeah, you give Zelda the champion abilities and just you take the stuff she has. Like don't want to remake them, but want to introduce them. You redesign the stuff she has and have them fit the new champions. And then also like I super agree. We're probably gonna get Breath of the Wild Zelda because now we finally have a new model for Sheik. Because like the Sheikah set is in Breath of the Wild, so you don't have to use the one that wasn't in Twilight Princess anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Then what about
Also,
Ganon?
I am seeing a lot of people in the chat right now saying Hyrule Warriors. Bro, I would be happy with Hyrule Warriors Ganondorf. Or
Yo, I love Akuma Ganondorf. Akuma Ganondorf is fucking dope.
All right.
Say, Ricky?
Hey guys. Here's one thing I wanted to touch on. So we were talking about some of the abilities that Link would have. Here's something that I don't want Link to have. Champion Link for us, the new Smash.
Go ahead.
You know how Mifa is able to revive you, right? Imagine,
Please.
imagine if Link. Imagine if Link was like Gil in Third Strike, or you KO him and he just comes right back out of the blast zone. It's like,
God,
psych,
man.
you're back in the game.
Hey, you know what I was thinking? Me and Duncan were talking. Like, they could utilize holding shield and pressing B to like maybe be like a parry or
yeah, that'd be cool.
Because that's not an input in Smash at all. Shield and B at the same time. I don't think
That would be kind of
something that could be crazy. You know how we were talking about the whole weapon breaking shit? I don't think it'd happen because it's like not an iconic weapon that Link would use. But in Breath of the Wild, there were like 4 different weapon types, and maybe being able to pull out different types of weapons would be kind of cool.
What we were saying with Neutral B, you pull out the different weapon classes, and that makes
I thought you were talking about like rotating between the
Sheikah
guardians.
Slate things. Or
No, we were talking like two-handed weapon.
I brought up the Sheikah Slate stuff like a couple days ago.
If Link was gonna have a weapon switch, it would be on down B. Just
hello?
Hello?
Better put that shit away right now.
Who taking pictures, guys?
You bring your phone to the dinner table?
What? Who's eating?
You screenshot my comment? You sending selfies?
Who did that?
He's taking selfies on the Sheikah Slate, man. That's clearly what we're talking about. No, but all right. So we've talked about Link a little bit. Again, this is not going to be really a character discussion. We want to go through just initial impressions, so we'll save some of this for later. But the other character we got to talk about too, is a returning character, is Mario. And at first glance, you might be like, all right, well, what could they really change about Mario? Like, he looks kind of the same. He's got a classic moveset, but Odyssey came out last year. He has Cappy, and I'm looking at that side B that Mario has with the cape. And I'm thinking, when has been the last time that Mario has realistically used that cape?
Fuck the cape. Get rid of Flood.
Yeah, when's the time he used that busted ass piece of shit?
I'm not saying you can't get rid of
Super
Flood.
Soaker.
You get rid of both of them. Cappy in there. I think it'd be really awesome to have Cappy, maybe where he like throws it out and you could hold it and then use it as either a second platform for like another additional recovery, or I mean anything. They could do literally whatever
I think the cape's too important because Mario's an all-arounder, right? He has everything. He has a move reflect as a cape. I think that's pretty important.
The cape has been in more games than the Flood has, so I honestly think the Flood is gone.
Flood is old and busted.
They don't even need to change everything. They can just change a special move here.
Yeah, you don't have to change everything.
Exactly. Well, and that's the nice thing, right, about this game is that if it is new, right, it's not a port, and they actually are changing up some of these characters' movesets, there's a lot of characters who really do need updates. Like,
or it could just be a custom move.
Yeah, custom moves is something we did not mention.
So custom moves,
might hit that again.
Okay, let's talk about custom moves.
Don't waste your time with it. No, because people want.
Go ahead, Ricky.
Hello.
Messed with it for like a limited amount of time. I think game development, all that stuff, they need to not focus on the customs because people didn't really appreciate it the way it should have been.
But they didn't do it
because a lot of them were just this move right bigger.
Because they're impossible
Some
to get.
customs were way better than others. Not every character had them. Like, why are they even there?
Mike brought up a really good point, right? Is that they're impossible to get because you have to grind to get them.
I still don't have them all.
And you have to play modes that aren't fun to get them. The way to fix this is every character, right away, when you unlock them, should have all their custom moves if custom moves are coming back. If they are not coming back, don't even worry. They should be unlocked from the start. This is an issue that people had with ARMS in the very early days of that metagame because you had to go through and grind and play that stupid ARMS minigame to get all the arms. And now what do? It's like, oh, they have a test mode and you have all of them. It's great. So they should.
I thought that was the point of video games. Like back when we were children, you had to play the game.
Nah, we had to punch
life now. We're grown ass men.
We're grown up.
We had to go on cheapplanet.com and pull up them codes.
Right.
I didn't expect this attack.
Yeah, but what you're saying isn't wrong, Ricky, but you unlock the characters already. So like unlocking the characters and then unlocking moves is like it's a little much.
Yeah, I have over like 1,000 hours in Smash 4 and I'm not even close to having all the moves.
Yeah. So I do think ultimately that they could keep the unlockables to trophies and stages and characters. Worry about the whole custom move thing. If you're going to bring custom moves back, just make them unlockable from the start.
So here's my thoughts on that.
All right.
Mii's custom moves got balanced.
Get the
other custom.
Mii's never come back.
No, hold on. The other customs were never touched. The Mii's
That's a
custom
lie.
moves.
That's not true.
That's a lie.
Not
There
true.
was a balance patch where they touched a bunch of customs.
No, it was almost every balance patch. For
I heard an urban
there was
myth.
a couple in a row that they changed.
I heard an urban myth free.
What if they get rid of customs, but the Mii stay in
No,
and still
no.
have their choice?
No, get rid of the Miis.
Get the Miis the hell out of my game, please.
Get the
They're trash.
Miis. Get the Miis the hell out of my Nintendo.
They're trash.
I don't want to
Not
see
even
Donald
important
Trump
anymore.
on my Switch. That's all I'm saying.
No, but I think one of the things I love about Smash is they take like every generation of Nintendo and the character is there who basically is from that generation almost.
They got Wii Fit Trainer.
Yeah,
Don't worry
yeah.
about it.
Wii Fit Trainer, nice.
but you have
Yo,
more
she
than-
could go too. She could go too.
It's like Wii
I
Fit
agree with
Trainer
you.
Both represent the Wii. Like those are two big like Wii balance board and then Wii Sports.
Okay,
two
just
big
put in a
things.
Wii stage and we're good. Bye,
So
Wii
what's
Fit Trainer.
the game that's relevant right now, McDare? What's popping right now on the Nintendo Switch?
Nintendo Labo.
Nintendo Wii.
Nintendo Labo
gonna come out.
No, but it
The
like
Labo
references
robot in Smash. Why not?
Arms
Getting a
have-
cardboard robot. Let's go.
His different.
I wanna
attacks,
be the
arms fall
fucking
into his
Labo
different
robot.
forms, he folds himself up.
Oh my god.
Arms, Labo, Splatoon, and Xenoblade, right there.
No.
Those
I'm
are
talking,
four characters
I'm talking
right
like,
there.
He's talking about like the definitive. The
We
like
just added
the
another syllable another time.
chill. Like the Wii had Wii Fit.
Sure.
The DS had like Brain Age, I guess.
Sure.
And Mii's and stuff.
I would say
but
arms. Yeah, like if you're to pick one
No,
for
no,
Switch,
that
it'd be
that's
arms.
not the same. That's not.
No,
I'm
you
out
mean
here.
That's not the
Labo.
same.
You
but
mean
it's-
Labo.
It's not the same as a Mii or Wii Fit. That's not the same.
But
dude, like,
no,
the
but I'm
Labo-
not saying they have like a flagship. I'm saying there's a character who came from that console.
All right,
So,
hold
like,
on.
when you
I'm gonna
look at them,
press
you
pause.
Oh,
on
okay,
this.
so
Wait, wait,
Rosalina. All right,
Mii's
we're
no-
good.
Wait, hold on. Wait. I'm gonna press pause on this conversation right now because there's a segment that's coming up later in the show. Typically going to be discussing this exact topic, which is which first-party characters we expect to see this time around, whether they're returning or new fighters. So we will get to that, but we still have a lot to talk about in terms of the teaser, and I do want to keep this on track. So
Okay.
really quickly, the last thing I want to talk about are those silhouettes and the music that's in the trailer.
Oh, I hate
So-
this conversation.
I know, but we got to talk about it because
Okay.
people are talking about
I
it.
got a
So
question
first-
for you. I got a question for
Okay.
Roger. Do you still
Okay.
think that was Spring Man?
I have one
in
question.
the silhouettes? Do you still think that was Spring Man in the silhouettes?
And no, he said Sudowoodo as well. Don't forget.
No, I'll
Yeah,
leave the.
I said Sudowoodo too.
Okay, so can I get an answer?
The answer is no.
All right.
All right.
This man was passionate. He said, "You can clearly see Spring Man." I said, "Which one's Spring Man?" He said, "The one with the springs for arms." I said, "Holy crap!"
Oh well, that's fine. That's fair. I deserve that. That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
No, but
Based
of
off of that
this.
trailer.
Okay, go ahead, Ricky.
Based off of that trailer, you could see the intensity. You could see. I don't know what the right word is. Malevolence.
Yeah,
What
Smash has
tone
never
do
been
you-
like that. Well, it was at one point.
Intensity.
Before we get into the silhouettes, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm asking somebody.
Okay, Ricky, you.
So what you're saying is because they look like that, they're actually going to be beating each other up. They're not going to have stocks anymore. They're going to have health bars,
Enhanced version.
and they're going
of
to
the
die
series.
when they.
Like it
yeah.
feels like it's going to be a more
It's a-
anime game.
Come here.
I mean,
They're
I'm
gonna be
fine with
removed
that.
from
I
your
love me some
console.
anime. That's fine.
So what you're saying is they're going to be more Fire Emblem. We're going to get at least 10.
I don't
Yeah.
mind that. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm
Fire
grateful
Emblem's
whenever they decide to put a new character in Smash, unless it's
Yeah, I don't care.
unless it's the Mii's, because that's
Yeah.
I could
But ba-
stand to see like Corrin or someone go because like
Hmm.
their moveset doesn't really bring much to the table.
Yeah, as long as they're not clones, I don't care.
Well, hold on. Again, save that for later because we're talking about the
Yeah.
silhouette specifically. So if there was a render that I think Nibrock made of the silhouettes with like the lighting and
Yeah.
the characters from left to right.
I just posted
again,
it.
They're perfect. So this isn't confirmed. This is not confirmed yet. So don't take this as confirmed 100%. But it seems
Yeah.
very likely
That was
that the
confirmed.
characters that are in there are Yoshi, Pit, Donkey Kong, Peach, Ness, Marth, Mario, Link, Sheik, Pikachu, Kirby, Samus, Zelda, Twilight Princess Zelda, some people are saying, Bowser, Fox, Captain Falcon, and Wario. I think all these characters seem like safe bets. Yeah, nothing in here screams like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this character's coming back."
Well,
We
Go ahead.
also we also talked about how there's no characters that are brand new to Smash 4 in this picture.
Yeah, it's all brawl.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
two brawl characters and
There
then
were
all
some people
melee and 64.
arguing. There were some people arguing that one of the two humanoid figures could be Shulk.
But that makes no sense. Like, why would Shulk isn't important? All the characters here are important.
I would
Shulk
say
is like
Shulk's pretty important.
We just had this conversation.
He's from
we
a
just
niche
had this
game.
conversation on Twitter yesterday. I think, honestly, and some people might hate me for saying this, the only character from Smash 4 that I think is an absolute 100% lock will be there day of is Villager. That's the only S+ ranked character I think that would be in there. And I think the next tier under that would probably be like Rosalina, Bowser Jr., and Shulk. And then after that, Little Mac and Duck Dog. And then after that, it's just
Olimar's
not from Smash 4. He's Brawl. He's good.
Roger, but you don't think they might actually put your boy Rex in there though?
No, I think. Well, we'll talk about that
Rex
later.
and Shulk don't play anything. Like
you're
they
trying
don't
to hear his voice go.
All right. Oh, yo, can we have the option to turn Japanese voices on like in Melee, please? Thank you.
Please, no.
I
I
don't
like
want to
one
fucking
game.
hear.
I'm
I
so
don't
tired
wanna
of seeing
fucking
fighting game tournaments. Everything's in Japanese.
Okay, I don't give a shit about Rex. I'm talking about Fox.
Mita,
do you want to hear Fox in his horrible Smash 4 voice?
I'd rather hear his English voice than I get to hear English Falcon.
Well, we're getting dual audio.
Falco's back in Smash 4. Can they put him back in the new game?
Can we not do this?
No, we're doing it.
Yeah, as far as voices are concerned,
if they're gonna put that Falco in Smash 5, they might as well put Wolf in. Straight up.
All right.
I didn't even know Falco was in Smash 4.
That's what I'm saying. That's Flacco, man.
But I was just saying, I do agree with the voices. I think it would be cool if they took a direction that Marvel vs. Capcom did, where they were like, hey, you could turn on either English or Japanese. I know that's a stretch.
Or even a downloadable voice pack.
Well, every fucking game on the Switch that has like voice acting now has dual audio or more.
Yeah.
But I would like to individually choose.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
What you could do probably is
if you download the game. Who talks in this game that you need Japanese and English?
I hate Fox in English. His
I mean,
voice is so.
What about Marth? He just straight up has his Japanese voice. Like,
imagine if you picked English for him and he still picked Japanese.
Yeah, right. He's always
he got a shitty voice in Codename Steam. So.
He's always been like that too.
With the Switch, though, if you own a game and you have a Japanese and an English account, if you play the game using the other account, won't it like automatically go to that audio?
Yeah, it does.
Because I have a bunch of games that I've downloaded off the American store, but I play a lot of games off my Japanese one as well. But they're both on my Switch. So if you just change to the other voice or you choose the the Japanese user, that should be there already in the game. You shouldn't even need to switch it. You just click the different user instead.
I said
they have
no
separate
more region
save
locking.
files with separate users.
Wait, did Mars speak English in Hyrule Warrior? Not Hyrule Warriors. God, Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yes,
I don't know.
I think so.
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he did because he speaks English in Fire Emblem Heroes too.
I can't even associate Marth speaking English.
He spoke English in shitty Codename Steam too when he was DLC for that.
Oh boy.
I also
so
say
Abraham
like,
Lincoln confirmed. That's
but I remember there was an interview with Sakurai where when they were talking about Roy and how his voice was like mature, that the Japanese voice actor for Marth actually wanted to redo Marth's voice.
Oh, let's go.
So they might actually redo it instead of having like the Melee voice.
Nice. Well, then, since we're on the topic of characters anyway, you know what? Let's do it. So right now, we are debuting for the first time a new segment on Japan Time.
Oh.
We're doing this specifically because a big problem we had with the short-lived second season was that we couldn't keep things on track. So this new segment, which is called Party Ball, is basically a new discussion segment where we pose one very specific question and go in depth and talk about it. And for this first episode, the question, as I brought up earlier, is which first-party characters do we expect to see this time around? This could be returning first-party characters, new first-party characters. So like D1, you were talking about Rex and Pyra as maybe a new character. Literally any of that stuff. Free game. Let's talk about whatever we want to talk about during this segment. Which first-party characters do we expect to see in Smash Brothers for Switch?
All right, let's go one by one. So it's not
please.
One by one, starting with Coast, and then we'll just move down the line.
Isaac from Golden Sun.
Why'd we even ask him?
Yeah, anyway, next.
That's true. All right.
Wait, do I have to say why?
Yeah, say why.
Oh, okay. So, Isaac is one of those characters who he's very diverse and offers a lot to having a unique moveset in the game. You know, he's got all of his side attacks. He's a sword character, so you can also do a lot of cool stuff with that. He has the Jins, the 4 Jins from Golden Sun, which could be like a Final Smash.
Yeah.
His alternate colors can be the different characters from the games. So he offers a lot. And I feel like him not being in the game and just being an assist trophy is.
He's not even an assist trophy anymore.
Well, yeah, I know he's not even an assist anymore, but there's a lot of potential with that character.
All right, right on. Who's next? I could be Duncan.
Duncan.
Yeah, but he's on Shofu's mic. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think Springman and Ribbon Girl or Ribbon Girl is obvious.
The thing is with them is you could put Springman in, and then you could have Ribbon Girl be a skin because all these characters fight the same.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's not what I'm hoping for.
What are you hoping for?
You hoping they have different arms?
Give me Dig Dug.
Yeah, let's go.
Dig Dug. All right.
Dig Dug is.
That's not first party though. That's third party.
Well, Bandai Namco buddy now may as well be.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I thought when Bandai Namco came in, I was like, give me Dig Dug, but nah. No.
Pac-Man.
That game is my childhood.
Right on. McDareth.
So I think it's interesting with this game. After Smash 4, it's like I want to think like every other Smash. I can sit down and give you like a list of characters I want to see, but Smash 4's roster was so big, it had so much stuff in it. It's so hard to pick stuff. But like, I really think Isaac from Golden Sun. Yeah. I think he's like I said, representing like generations. Like, I don't think there's many characters. I'm trying to think on top of my head who are just like Game Boy, like Game Boy Advance more specifically. So like Isaac would rep that, and then it's just like. The fact he's not an assist trophy anymore, the fact that there's 2 Golden Sun songs now, so like
yes,
like I don't know. I feel like if he was going to get in, this is probably his best time.
Hashtag put Isaac in Smash.
That's the worst hashtag.
I want to pose a question to both of you since you both brought up Isaac. Then we already know this. Sakurai has mentioned this on numerous occasions that he likes to put in characters that are relevant, that are from game franchises that are ongoing. I would not necessarily say Golden Sun is an ongoing franchise.
What about Duck Hunt though?
You can't compare Duck Hunt.
But Duck Hunt is the retro rep. That's different. Yeah. So with Golden Sun, by predicting that Isaac is going to be in the game, do you also predict we will get a new Golden Sun for the Switch?
I think it depends. This studio makes this Camelot, right?
Right, and they're working on Mario Tennis right now.
Yeah, they just released Aces, and they haven't touched Golden Sun for like 8 years, and they've released how many Mario sports games since 2010? Like, I don't think. There's like a small chance that'll happen, but I don't see it happening.
Okay, but like going back to like you're saying, they put people who are relevant. So back in Brawl, they put in Pit. Pit was definitely no longer relevant. He had one game and like starred in like Captain N TV show, whatever it was.
He was about to be relevant though.
No, but he was only relevant because Sakurai after Brawl went and made Uprising.
But that's Sakurai's game. That doesn't count.
No, but like, he didn't do that before. Like, okay, so when he put Pit in,
knew he wanted to make Uprising though, right?
Nah, but they redesigned Pit for Brawl, and then the person who made Kid Icarus looked at the new Pit, said that's really cool, and it inspired him. And then afterwards, Sakurai made Uprising.
But
I don't think he went into Brawl saying, "Oh, I'm going to make Uprising." It wasn't at Brawl. When he made Brawl, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So like,
Pit's a bit of an outlier, I think.
I mean, we don't know what was going on behind the scenes.
And then back then, also Rob. They didn't make Robs anymore. They put Rob in. So like,
but he was the retro
rep. He was like the Game & Watch, like the Duck Hunt dog, exactly. So, all right, well, Mike.
I think we're gonna get Ashley.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be the next. She's gonna be the next assist trophy.
Free her from assist trophy hell, please.
She's incredibly popular. I think after Inkling, she's probably the most popular Nintendo character. Not in Smash.
If they do the whole thing where they kind of reference all of the different entries of the games, they could end up doing some cool stuff where it's like they could bring back the dropped melee characters. They could have the assist trophies from Brawl turn into characters like
even WarioWare Gold or whatever the hell just got announced.
That's true. It did. It's a relevant franchise, and they made Game & Wario for Wii U too, so they could do it. Yeah, good choice. All right, Ricky.
This particular character that I'm about to mention, and a lot of the advertisements that came about, I think, a couple years ago when Nintendo was trying to introduce whatever and some other games, if they could possibly, if Sakurai could do it, put John Cena in the game. I'm sure
I thought you were going to say Goku or something.
A couple months. You're a year too late.
Wait, you to say it.
That's not first party. We're not on third party characters, Ricky.
Exactly. We're talking about first parties, dude.
Party.
You're ahead of yourself, buddy.
I don't know. We're running kind of low.
No, there's a whole bunch of first party characters.
Which ones am I missing? What
We're literally talking about them. I got a whole list written here. What are you talking about? Oh my god! I can't even.
All right, well, I guess Ricky's choice is John Cena.
All right. So
Robo,
so
Custom Robo, somebody from Custom Robo.
That'd be
Thank
fire.
you.
Custom Robo.
I'd
is
be
a
down.
clean
I love
game.
Custom Robo.
That is a clean ass game.
I was hoping he'd make it in from Brawl to Smash 4, but he got Isaac, so
Awesome
bye.
time, you know? But, yeah.
Is that just the term now? He got Isaac.
Yep.
Is he not an assist trophy anymore either?
Nope.
I think there's good chance for them then. Like just like Little Mac got taken out.
His assist trophy turned into another song.
I could see Custom Robo like getting sort of a reboot on Switch in the future.
I would love that.
That'd be awesome.
I could easily resurrect that franchise.
Yeah, Custom
By
Robo
yourself,
was great.
you could do that. Yeah.
What?
No, it sounded. Rick, see, nobody else heard what see. The thing is, I've known
podcast
a lot of my life, and I know what he said, and then everybody else sort of like went over it. He said, "I can resurrect that franchise." so I'm like, and everybody else I think heard, "Oh, they can resurrect that franchise." How are you planning to resurrect Custom Robo, Ricky? I'm curious.
We won't get into that. It involves a lot of play and this and that, and there are ways to do it though.
No, here's how you resurrect Custom Robo. Put the fucking robot in Smash. Boom.
Yeah.
It's resurrection.
I'm glad you said robot because
you think Custom Robo will make it in before Chibi Robo?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, Chibi Robo like.
Yeah.
If that's who I won't buy the game.
Yeah, Chibi Robo absolutely.
So there's a lot of first-party characters I think that we actually haven't touched on yet. D1, you brought up one earlier that I think you're probably going to talk about, who's my number one choice. So I'll leave that to you.
Oh no, if that's your number one choice, you could definitely do that because I was just randomly touching on it.
I'm glad then you're giving that to me because that goes into a different topic that I want to talk about that I brought up earlier, which is transforming characters. So I do think that Rex, yes, he is the main character of Xenoblade. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is very popular. A lot of people are loving the game so far. I think it's extremely likely. I'd say, in fact, that it's almost a lock that we're going to get Rex with Pyra or Pyra by herself in some form.
Do you
but I think
it's
it'd be really
too
cool.
new, though?
Wait, you just gonna take my turn though? I can't I can't pick.
Well, no, you can pick. You can pick. Don't worry about it.
No, we're still going down the list.
Yeah. We're going down the list. Don't worry.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking.
Shouldn't have put those X's in your name.
Rex with Pyra could be a character, and then as sort of a transforming aspect, he could switch, just like how you could switch between Blades and Xenoblade. You could switch between Pyra and Mithra.
Spoiled.
And then for the final Smash, and then for the final Smash, you can use.
Don't say it.
I know. I'm not going to say what it is, but I can say a new power that is also that those characters unlock in Xenoblade.
Codename Celebi.
I think it'll be like okay, I think it's crazy that people think that it'll be Pyra and not Rex. It could happen, but I think that's fucking nuts. But
yeah,
it could be like, you remember Pokemon Trainer? Pyra could be in the back of the stage giving buffs and stuff to Rex, like how it is in the actual game.
I think it's the reverse. I think it would be that Rex is in the background and
Pyra isn't the one that fights. She fights in cutscenes. In the game, Rex is fighting and Pyra is supporting him.
Yeah, it's like only specialists.
Yeah, Rex
they throw their weapon to the blade.
Oh, that's true. That is special.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
specialists could use the like Pyra or Mithra.
Yeah, the burning sword attack or whatever it's called.
Yeah. But because D1's going to talk more about Xenoblade, I will give my. Well, I think you are. It's good. I'm going to make you. So what we're doing?
Wow.
Because I don't want my choice to be that. The choice I want to go on the record saying this right now. Just like you guys were bringing up earlier with Wii Fit Trainer and with Mii's and all those like weird characters that represent that generation, I do feel, based on the initial impressions and based on everything, that Labo is going to have some type of representation in Smash, and whether that's a stage or whatever. But what my guess is, here's my guess.
Fully agree.
Weird, wacky, out there character. I think it's going to be the little cardboard guy who uses all the little Labo sets, and then for his final Smash summons the giant robot.
You have to buy the Labo set in order to play the character, and you fight Mario and
it's gonna be a little kid, a human kid, and he's gonna have a cardboard stand.
It's gonna be a me with the Labo.
I don't know what it's gonna be. All I know is that I main Mr. Game & Watch. I like those quirky characters, and if they throw in Labo Boy, I'd be totally happy about that. So that's my guess.
Why does Roger get like 5 guesses?
Right?
Because I'm the host.
Is that host privilege?
That's it. Host privilege.
I'm taking over.
Yeah, that's racist.
Well, Shofu's next anyway.
Man,
and Shofu has priority over you.
Man, look, all the other characters I want aren't first party, so I have to say Wolf. I have no choice.
Yeah.
But like,
I know Shofu wants to say Travis Touchdown.
I want Travis Touchdown. I want Beautiful Joe. I want who's the other character I wanted? I don't remember.
We can hit third.
Oh, I want a Power Stone character.
Oh hell yeah!
I would love that. But
anyways,
third party next.
So
I can kind of bounce off the Beautiful Joe point, but I'll do it when I.
So Wolf, you know what I'm saying.
We'll do third party characters next week because we can all probably name 3 different ones each.
Totally.
Okay.
Well, though, Shofu, since you brought up Wolf, I do think that's an interesting
Cooking
point.
Mama. First party.
Let's go.
Let's go. First party character, Cooking Mama.
Don't do this, show.
Because
you mentioned.
Kitchen,
Just
boy.
wait. Save it for next week because I want to say while you're talking about Wolf, Cooking Mama's not a first party character. It's a Yes. Cooking Mama's third party. Yes, she is.
There's no way.
She is. If you're talking about a first party cooking character, that's the personal trainer chef. That is not Cooking
Mama.
Mama.
Well, okay. Well, then I'm going back to Wolf then.
All right, cool.
They did need to take him out, and he's the only character that they had no justification for.
They didn't even explain it.
Snake. Maybe they didn't have the rights. Ice Climbers. They couldn't get him to work. Who else is missing from Brawl?
Pokemon Trainer.
Pokemon Trainer.
Pokemon Trainer Charizard's right there, and there's plenty of other Pokemon. What's the reason?
I'm glad that you said Pokemon Trainer because this is something I also kind of want to bring up. Is that we've got Greninja, who was added to Smash Wii U, and we've got Charizard as his own standalone character. And fact of the matter is, it's like Greninja, even though he's still a popular character, he's not even in Pokken. They didn't even put him in Pokken.
Because nobody plays that dick-ass game.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you've got a water starter and you've got a fire starter, and you had a character previously who could switch between characters, and you've got one of the most popular grass starters in the history of the franchise that people are throwing out there, I'm going to say this right now. They should bring back Pokemon Trainer with Charizard, Decidueye, and Greninja as one slot.
No.
Is that another pick?
I want to just say right now.
Selections by our show host, RogersBase.
Decidueye is not popular. In Japan, anyway. Rowlet is very popular, but Decidueye, no one gives a fuck.
Okay. I'm not trying to fight as no damn out.
They took him out of the game for a reason.
Decidueye they like Primarina and Incineroar more than Decidueye.
Incineroar is the most popular fully evolved Pokemon.
Yeah, I think it'd be him. He'd be sick.
It'd be cool. Yeah, a wrestler would be cool.
Okay, but either way, I pray they don't bring Pokemon Trainer back. At least not how he was. His mechanics.
No stamina. Please, no stamina.
That was garbage. And then you don't have a down B move. I mean, I don't know. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But yeah, my choice is Wolf. You know what I'm saying? I like playing characters. I don't care if they're good or bad. I want to play my favorite character.
For Fox?
No. He's
not
Fox.
a skin, please.
He's not
they don't
Fox.
fight alike.
He's not
And
Fox
also, Wolf has villain points. There's not a lot of those.
Right, and he talks more shit than anybody. I need some of that.
Also, if they keep the trend of giving villains, except Ganon, their own themes, Wolf could have his own like remix of the Star Fox theme.
Wasn't Wolf supposed to be in Smash 4?
I don't know.
No, the thing is, like, first
they turn him into a custom move.
Wolf and Lucas weren't in the game, but like Fox and Ness had their moves as customs. So, like, okay, I guess that's fine. Then they brought back Lucas, and it's like, where's Wolf?
Yeah.
I just don't understand the logic, but whatever. I'm a spam free Wolf until they free Wolf. You know what I'm saying? He locked up. He didn't even do nothing wrong. He was a black man crossing the street, and they had a problem with him. Right?
Okay, but if he comes back, do you want him to have the cowboy voice from Brawl?
That's fine. I like
that was
That was a clean voice. I liked it.
Yeah. What's the matter? Scared?
That's not how he said it.
What's the matter? Scared?
They're scared?
All right, I'm done.
Doom.
Who's next? We got Doom is next. Doom's up.
Varium.
All right.
Our boy Virum.
Yes. All right. So I was gonna bounce off the whole Rex thing before, but been said. So my other suggestion,
Roger, you bitch! You stole the English rep from the English guy.
It's fine.
No. Keep talking about it. There's
fine.
plenty to talk about.
No,
with Rex.
it's fine. It's fine. Nah, it's fine because I had another character which was Wonder Red. I still want Wonder Red.
Go.
Wonder Red because that's the closest realistic thing to Beautiful Joe that we'll probably ever get. Number 2, he's got the squad. Number 3, you could do loads of stuff with him. I feel like.
I think he has a legitimate shot.
I think so too.
I think my only concern is that because the Wonderful 101 didn't do all that well commercially, and it was more relevant around Smash 4's time. Like that's my only concern. But I still really think that that character could fit perfectly in the game.
I'd say it did well. Like, it was a new IP on a dead console, and it almost sold 1 million with like no advertisements.
If it gets like a deluxe release, I'll definitely say there's more opportunity for.
He did pretty well for being on the PU.
Well, Kamiya did tease the deluxe release on Twitter with that artwork of the characters playing 1 for 101 on Switch. So that has actually happened, and he did the same thing for Bayonetta with a red and blue, and then Bayonetta was announced to come to Switch. So I would say that it's possible.
Isn't he third party?
No, Wonder Red is technically an IP that's a Nintendo IP.
Yeah, I guess you're right. He's just made by you're right.
Right, he's made by a third party, yeah.
It's like how Xenoblade was developed by Monolith Soft, but it's still a Nintendo IP.
It's like Pokemon, pretty much.
Yeah,
right.
No, that's actually important. Nintendo don't own any of Pokemon other than the names of the first 150. Everything else, they
Pokemon's second party, pretty much.
Is that so? You brought up an interesting thing, Duncan. You said that they only own the names of the first 150. Is that why there have been so many Gen 1 characters in the Smash Brothers games? Because it's easier to get the rights.
They don't own the likeness, so they only own the name of the first 150. Got it. Everything else is owned by Game Freak, and then Nintendo has a stake, but it's a minority stake in Game Freak. If Game Freak wanted to, they never would. They could release an Xbox game for Pokemon.
Honestly, one of the biggest issues that faces Smash is the licensing shit.
Free.
Like I've heard unsubstantiated rumor that one of the biggest problems with making Melee HD happen is mother licensing.
I believe it.
With Sakurai can't hit up.
Then. We're good.
Canary in the Mines is whistling.
And that's trash, anyways.
I want Lucas. No. You can get rid of Ness. I want Lucas to come back. I'd be genuinely sad if Lucas didn't come back. I need Lucas to come back
quickly.
Because I know people who do like Smash stream production. There's more than one character in Wii U. They're literally not allowed to play the like victory themes of the characters on stream because the license is expired.
That's so stupid.
And it changes from event to event. It's like I think
corporate ones.
Yeah, it's licensing stuff. I'm pretty sure right now the list is Ness, Lucas, Sonic, and Cloud. Like, if it's a Nintendo-sponsored event, they can't play the victory themes if they win a round. They have to like mute the game audio.
Weird. That's so dumb.
It's pretty fucking. To that now.
It's wild.
What do you think about Ultra David posted like his thought was what if like he wanted it to be all only Nintendo stuff, so Nintendo can do whatever they want with it. So what do you think about that? Just anything that would be a conflict, just take it out.
I don't think so, because the joy of Smash is seeing all these weird crossovers happen with Ryu and Cloud. I don't think it would be Smash Bros. It would just be Super Nintendo Bros. That's what it would be Mario Kart. Well, Mario Kart's even becoming Smash with all these
they got
like Link and Inkling.
The Inklings,
And I think especially nowadays where, you know, we've had so many third-party characters. We've had Ryu and Cloud and Sonic and Pac-Man and all of that. Like that kind of plants the expectation that, you know, they're gonna come back, or
I don't think
even
we're gonna
not
get
necessarily
them all back.
but I think like the whole idea that third parties will always have this kind of presence in Smash nowadays.
I hate to say this because I know a lot of people are going to be upset by it, but it's true. I think the third party that has the best chance of returning is Bayonetta. Yeah. I truly, genuinely, because Bayonetta is basically a Nintendo character now. Bayonetta 3 is being published by Nintendo. Bayonetta 2 is published by Nintendo. They re-released the games. I think if any character is coming back of the third parties, and I expect most of them to, I do think the one that's a lock is Bayonetta.
Okay, work her back from the ground up, though, so that she doesn't just dominate the game.
I mean, in between the games, whatever character was super dominant in the last one, that's like normally they get reworked.
Yeah,
Meta Knight got totally changed, but we should give D1 his actual shot since
Oh, you're right. All right.
Oh, wait, one tiny thing to add on.
You win.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, Shulk is still gonna come back, I think.
Yeah, he's back.
Even though they're gonna add Rex, they're gonna keep Shulk.
Yes.
Yep.
And what if he doesn't make it back? Are you gonna what are you gonna do?
Well, be sad.
I'm sorry.
I'll live with it.
Can I add in there?
I felt the sadness already.
Yeah, Shulk is one of those characters
made him think
from
about
Wii U.
it.
He was
With, like,
my most anticipated character. But, you know, in Smash
I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I did that was because I got cut off.
Sorry, man.
No, I'm playing.
Why didn't you shoot back at Roger the 4 times he cut you off?
Oh, you're right. I mean, all right.
This man didn't even have you in his phone.
Because we're brothers, man. We're brothers. That's why.
No, I got him now. I messed up. But I was doing a lot of thinking, and guys, you know, I feel like we need to have my boy Ryota Hayami on top of that Wave Racer in the new Smash, man. It's about time we got a revival of the Wave Race series. What y'all think about that, man?
I'm about to.
They put Captain Falcon in.
No, but it's possible because Sakurai wanted to put Excite Bike, I think, because one of the characters he was looking at.
I feel like that could be the new retro character.
Even though you said that as a joke, D1, I actually think if they wanted to do like a Nintendo Sports rep and have like Ricky Winterborn as like Wave Race and also 1080 and integrate like sports into their moveset, they could do it. And Ryota's in 1080 too, isn't he?
I don't know if he's in 1080, but I think he's in Wave Race Blue Star for sure. He's in Wave Race Blue Star.
Man can't even keep a straight face.
My man is out here making waves.
Oh my god!
I'm so mad you made that joke.
Okay, I'm done. All right, seriously, I would like to have some more badass, like evil characters in Smash Brothers. So I was looking at Girahim from Zelda, and also as far as like the Mario universe is concerned, I would like to see Boo actually get up in there. I want to see
that would be interesting.
King Boo.
Yeah. King Boo.
King Boo. All right. That's cool, actually. I like it.
Hooray. Okay, I did. I saved myself. All right, we have.
I'll never think about that.
Girahim, even though Final Smashes don't actually matter, his Final Smash needs to be turning into a sword, and then Demise drops down, and you start playing.
Hey, hold on. Let's talk about Final Smash. Where these super meters at?
Please.
Where are these
I would be so down if Final Smashes got rebalanced and like made into that.
I would love it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be definitely more interesting for competitive play.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm pretty sure weren't Final Smashes basically like ruled out just because Fox, Falco, Wolf could take people off the top of the screen and Sonics could take 3 stocks.
There's a whole bunch of broken. Yeah,
I feel like that was the only like huge glaring issues with Final Smashes.
I think you'd have to revamp every.
You have to fight over them, and some characters are definitely better at getting it than others.
It also takes like it stops the flow of the match.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Smash Ball.
You guys play Street Fighter and all those other games where they have those cutscene animations. I mean, after a while, people like got used to it when it came to Street Fighter 4.
It's the flow of the game when the ball appears.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Your objective is different now.
Oh, okay. You know what I was thinking? I was more thinking along the lines of what DC tweeted, where it would be cool if they implemented a way where you could build meter and then you gain a Final Smash, because then
that's what
that would be hype, but they need to be weakened.
They need to be.
They need to be toned down, and I think they couldn't really use transformation Final Smashes in the context of this game. I think they'd have to make largely kind of cinematic, like finisher attack.
There's also the problem with if that meter grew with projectiles. And people would just like run to like
just make the meter like Guilty Gears.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing: is like what Smash doesn't have is like EX moves. So like that meter, like this makes me think of Pokken, where the meter is only for your burst, and then burst is silly, and like there's no like thought between should I save this meter or not. You just build it and pop burst. That's why I don't really want to see a meter. Like if they're gonna put in meter, there needs to be a way to spend
like
it.
Marvel meters or DBZ meters, where you've got like a level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and your move is different based on how much meter you have. So
I want everybody to have limit break.
Link's Triforce Slash thing, where he just obliterates you, and that's always going to take a stop.
Actually, that's a good idea, dude.
Level 5 or his level 7.
Yo, how come Sakurai didn't give everybody limit break? That'd be dope. Imagine a
good
powered
idea.
up Falco laser.
Maybe that'll be the new customs.
Smash 4 Falco Laser becomes Brawl Falco Laser.
Melee Fox Fox becomes Melee Fox.
His side B gets better, or maybe his Firebird. I don't know.
I mean, I've talked about it on older episodes about the idea of having like a toggle switch of changing between like the different game styles. Like you could have like a melee style that wouldn't be exactly melee, but it's
changing the entirety of the game.
But I think that would be cool.
Something fucking crazy. It'd be pretty dope.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen, but it'd be pretty nuts.
I mean, he did it with Cloud, right? You know.
I'd be down to see the Smash formula get shook up a bit.
Yeah.
When I was working on a project then with Virum, one of the ideas I pitched for like making items work in like a competitive environment would work for how we want Final Smashes to work here. Because D1 was saying how like they appear and it changes the flow of battle. And when I was working on PM, one of the ideas I pitched for like basically like a toggle for items for like a competitive style. And what it would do is the items would only spawn in a container. They wouldn't just spawn straight up. They wouldn't have containers that explode for breaking them, because that'd be stupid as shit. There'd be an indicator before the item spawns of where it would spawn, and that in particular would work for Smash Balls. If there was like a glimmer that signified like the Smash Ball is going to spawn here in 5 seconds, and it's like, okay, now the flow is going to change, but you have warning that the flow is going to change.
Yeah, it's not just an abrupt
and you can like adjust to neutral before that happens, and then the Smash Ball spawns, and now like the flow changes to a different dynamic, but it doesn't just like abruptly shift to something new. Like flash Smash Balls on the screen, fight for your fucking life.
Yeah.
So that could work for that idea. If there was like an indicator a Smash Ball was about to spawn before it actually did, and where it was going to be.
I still don't like that. Other characters like Cloud would easily get every Smash Ball free.
So you know what would be nice though? Crystal with that. Come on, man. She got moves, man.
With the staff.
As long as
Wolf needs to get in first.
Nah, I'm good.
But like, look at it. D1, you the one that said you wish you had more villains in the game. Why
you're right. All right, we back.
Yeah,
we back.
We got Wolf.
Yeah.
We got Fox. We got
Uncle Andros.
Slide in Hades.
Shadow the Hedgehog in the game.
No, Robotnik, man.
Hey, who said Hades? That's a good one that hasn't been brought up yet. Yeah.
Wait, Mike, how come you didn't bring up Bomberman? Oh wait, that's not a first party. That's why.
There you go. Good job, buddy.
I was fully expecting Mike to bring up Bandanity, and it didn't happen.
I thought we were bringing up characters that we think are gonna be in the game.
Oh,
that's what
I mean. First party. It's first party characters we expect. This and it turned into first party characters we want to see.
Oh, you're right.
Actually,
okay.
though,
Here's Roger. In that case, here's an honest answer. All right.
Okay.
So I want to see Adeline from Kirby 64. You know what I'm saying? Kirby's making a comeback.
All right, War Champ, what's your choice?
First
All right, Rabbids. I'm done.
They're not first party.
They're third party.
Oh fuck. Sorry.
All right, War Champ, you're up.
First party we want to see or expect to see? Because we want to say
expect to see and want to see. Go ahead.
No, because if we're doing expect, we just like take the safe bets and silhouettes. Like I see Bowser in there, I expect to see Bowser. I win.
This man.
It's like,
oh my god!
It's not a competition.
This
But
man
okay.
out here competing when it's not a competition.
I'm just saying though, Adeline with that paintbrush.
Oh God, get him out.
I actually like the King Boo was a pretty good idea.
So here's the thing: first party characters, honestly, like we're getting to a point where it's pretty difficult to kind of come up with new shit. Because it's like, if you go look at other games where Nintendo, like if you look at like Mario Party or Mario Tennis, which is coming out on Switch now, or you look at the Mario Karts, which just came out on Switch, like if you go look at those, like we're basically out of characters that they're like, that they consider as good enough to stand on their own in like a game where there's a whole bunch of characters from all over Nintendo.
Captain Toad.
I feel like they don't.
So what you're saying?
like,
so what you're saying, War Champ?
I'm saying like the characters that are
to be playable.
Yes, actually.
There
No. The characters that are left at this point are just like side characters that they kind of like work into stuff like Mario Tennis. Like Koopa Troopa is playable in Mario Tennis, but I would never expect Koopa Troopa as a Smash character. It just like wouldn't
put
work.
the Tetris blocks in, man.
There's Waluigi, but he's a stupid fucking character, so I hope he's not.
Ugly. I hate him. But you know what? I would love to see the Shy Guys or a Fly Guy actually be a character. Stop making them be, something that appears on the stage that we hit. Stop abusing the Shy Guys, the Fly Guys. Let them be a character.
So no. So
free the Fly Guy.
So here's part of where I'm going with this.
Pretty fly for a Shy Guy.
We're basically out of side characters we're out of main characters in Nintendo that you can basically add because they're almost all there.
Sure. Yeah, Inklings was the last one.
You can't really do side characters because none of them really stand on their own. So I have two answers to characters I expect / want to see. One, a Pokemon trainer character that switches between Bowser's minions, so that you would shift between shit like Shy Guy and Chain Chomp and Dry Bones and Koopa Troopas and shit like that as like a swapping character.
All right, okay.
And the other one is we have Metroid Prime coming, and they could rework Ridley's design, and he could end up in Smash.
All right, get him out.
So I never thought I would be the person to say this. Never. If you've listened to the past 2 seasons of Japan Time or ever heard anything that I've ever said about Smash Brothers, I've made fun of the Rapture about this, I think, weekly on Twitter. How many of you have played Samus Returns?
I played a little bit of it.
I played it.
Well, I'm going to spoil the end of the game right now. So spoiler alert, Ridley's in the game. And yes, so spoiler. So if you look at the design of Samus in the silhouette in that Smash Switch trailer, it does look a lot like the redesign that they did for Samus Returns. And since we were talking earlier about reworking certain characters' movesets, she had the melee counter in Samus Returns. I could see them adding that to Samus. And because of the potential changes they can make to Samus based on Samus Returns and with Metroid Prime coming up, I do think it might be possible that they use the Samus Returns version of Ridley, which was only about 3 times bigger than Samus, which is about how big Bowser is in most of the mainline games, and they actually shrink him down a little bit and put him in Smash Brothers. I actually think the time is now. Hashtag keep dreaming.
The he's too big argument was stupid to begin with. Half the characters in Smash are nowhere near their actual size.
All right, in that case, so when Shofu, when they announce Ridley, they're gonna be like, Ridley fits in. Right?
That'd be funny.
No, they're not.
Really fits it.
I mean, actually, are they gonna still do those? Because think about it, with Inklings, they didn't like. We never got a splash screen for Inklings. They were just kind of just.
Yeah, we might not even get those.
No, we don't even know if they're in the game or not yet. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Maybe they
didn't say a damn thing about the Inklings being in the game.
Nintendo did actually say Inklings, Mario, and Link in that official release about.
I think Mario killed them.
Hey,
you think he killed them?
I think Mario killed them. Having a fun time.
Well, like kind of like how Falcon bodied Crom.
Yeah. Ooh, Mario had enough of these new IPs having fun.
I gotta be honest though, I did like the way this teaser was set up, where like it started like a Splatoon character and went, Splatoon trailer and went into like showing off that the characters are actually going to be in Smash. I would love to see that trend continue for trailers for the new game, where like maybe you see a trailer and you think it's ARMS or something, and then all of a sudden they look.
I feel like it'll be obvious at this point though.
At this point, maybe, yeah.
I liked the crossover shit. Like seeing Captain Falcon fight Lucina in like the Fire Emblem cutscene style was fucking crisp.
That was cool.
I agree.
And like them racing on Rainbow Road in Mario Kart and running into Rosalina.
That's what I love those trailers. Like just I'm gonna just completely fanboy here, but imagine like it's Final Destination and Mario's fighting like Master Hand or whatever, and then there's this intense battle, and then Isaac's like his Saiyan comes out of nowhere, dude.
And then he falls off the stage and someone else gets added instead.
Oh please no.
I actually like the idea.
With Ridley. There's gonna be a trailer where Ridley is fighting and stuff, and then like Silex kills him, and then he's in instead.
Ridley's laying there on the ground. It cuts to the ending of it. It's like you'll get your chance another day.
Yeah, what if they add Crumb because he's gonna get his chance another day?
No.
Well, he got his chance though.
Yeah, he got it.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's done.
All right, this is what's gonna happen. Right? Rikers Island is gonna explode. You're gonna see Ryota.
I'm gonna kick him off the server.
Ryota on his wave racer, just jetting from the island, and you know who's gonna be on his back? Wolf.
Okay.
There you go.
Why wouldn't they be in Wolf's ship?
Wolf would be in Rikers. Free Wolf, man. He's in jail right now.
It's gonna be the Roomba from Mario Odyssey.
Now, here's what's going to happen. This game's going to come out 2018, and then for the 20th anniversary, they're going to add in, as free DLC, all of the characters dropped from Melee. So Dr. Mario, Pichu, and someone else I'm forgetting.
Pichu.
And it's going to be coincided.
Get him out of here.
They're going to come out into the game, and they're going to release Melee HD at the same time for the 20th anniversary.
He's lying.
We don't need Pichu though. I think like Pichu's whole shtick of like hurting themselves, I think could be much funnier if they put it with Slippy. I think
Slippy. How come nobody?
If Slippy like hurt himself for his moveset and was the Dan of the series and was a joke
what
character,
if Slippy could trip?
Dude, yes. Or if his final smash is like he just crashes his R-wing into the stage.
Yes.
Like, Fox, get this guy up, and the R-wing just crashes. Dude, Slippy would be a really funny joke character.
So Slippy dies.
Viram, weren't we working on that for a PM April Fools or something? Did we do that for April Fools?
Yeah, we did. I think the trailer is still there.
Didn't his shine just make him trip, or some shit?
I think so, probably. We even had the render and everything.
Yeah.
Make it look as authentic as possible.
Make it like a fake leak for this game. Save it. Make a fake leak. You could make a YouTube channel about that.
So, and following off my comment of the whole Dr. Mario Pichu Melee HD idea as a joke. Dr. Mario being like a clone character, I think another possibility would be a Paper Mario. We've wanted it for a while. It could happen.
What about
the internet?
Mario completely, and then having Dr. Mario be the current Mario's moveset?
That'd be cool, I guess.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep Dr. Mario the same, make Mario different.
Classic Sonic.
Get him out of here.
To be honest, I'd rather they just like don't put in modern Sonic and put in classic Sonic. That'd be fine.
If we had to
do a
pick
Sonic
them,
Mania
sure.
stage.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sonic Mania. Yeah.
I mean,
Dude, Chemical Plant. If they make Chemical Plant
make a Sonic Mania stage and just use modern Sonic.
Oh my god.
Modern Sonic is on Green Hill Zone and Brawl.
If I can't listen,
Sonic smells like shit though.
If I can't play this new Smash game and listen to the Sonic Forces theme song, I'm not buying.
Oh my god.
Actually, I want a Sonic Forces stage.
Shut
Even
up.
its theme on it.
Let's save this. We'll save it for next
Sonic
week.
gets cut.
Okay.
We'll save it for next week.
Just
Next
before
week, third parties.
right before we move on to Zeph, on the opposite of characters we expect to see, characters I don't expect to see, Wii Fit Trainer, gone.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking this morning, I think because I was at EGLX over the past weekend, and so I was watching Wii U Top 8 while streaming it, and I was like, I feel like the only character in this game I've literally never seen represented at a high level outside of like TK Breezy playing them is Wii Fit Trainer.
Do you even watch this game?
I guess not, because I swear to God, like I've seen Bowser Jr.
Numbers is right there. Oh my man, get him out of here.
Wait, you said you never seen anybody play Wii Fit Trainer?
I feel like I've seen every other character represented.
You talking about 2014?
The last time I watched.
He ain't watched Smash 4 since 2014.
Right.
I forgot about John Numbers. I forgot about him. You're right.
Wow, the guy went to Nintendo World Championship.
I know. You're
John
right.
fucking
right.
There's other people too, isn't there?
I woke up this morning. I was like, man,
from Australia. He has a clean Wii Fit.
There's Wii
I feel like I've seen. I feel like I've seen every other character.
I haven't seen Wii Trainer go to a tournament in years.
Yeah.
Nah, he goes. He just doesn't.
Yeah. I saw him at Genesis.
It's not the same.
What character have you
it is,
seen?
obviously.
What character have you seen represented less than Wii Fit Trainer?
I'd have to look at the roster, but Wii Fit's
That's-
probably.
I mean,
Wii
but
Fit is definitely
like, when has that ever mattered though? Who was repping Game and Watch and like? Oh no, no,
I don't
can't
think
say
it
Bro.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about? The host of the show is a Game and Watch main.
No, but I mean, like in a competitive
what I
level.
mean.
That's the argument War Champ's bringing is like this character hasn't been seen in tournaments and being repped. But like, when has that mattered for who?
Even
who
still, though,
stays?
I've seen some amazing Game and Watches at high level play. So like a lot
Dr.
of
Mario.
Chat saying me is like it's a real answer. It's
No,
not a real
Dr.
answer.
Mario.
Me
I've
is
seen
not
less
even a
Dr.
character.
Mario than.
Of course, me's aren't represented. They're not even legal in half the states.
Yeah, you know what, Warchan, you're probably right that it's Wii Fit
like
is
even
probably
like
the least-
fucking maybe Pit has worse representation because everyone that wants to play Pit plays Dark Pit because he's just like marginally better.
That's not true. Why are you
it the other
spouting
way?
these lies here?
Is it the other
Will
way?
you stop?
No,
Please.
it was that way for a time, and then Pitt was better after.
You sound crazy. Just stop.
I'm saying as a casual observer of Smash 4 tournaments.
You've clearly
I'm not on the
watched-
pulse.
Nah, you ain't watched Smash in at least 2
I am
years.
not saying I'm on the pulse.
At least 2 years. I think it's Wii Fit and like
It's all Cloud and Bayonetta now in top 8. That's all I see. I don't see like top 64 where someone comes
there's
through.
a couple characters that come to mind. Falco I rarely ever see, which is crazy.
Because he's not in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
No, you're right. Falco.
Am I
Falco was
lying
actually-
like theirs? I don't remember the last time I saw a Falco on stream. Anyway.
Yo, hold on. We have John Numbers on Wii Fit Trainer. Is there anyone with?
There's a couple Wii Fit trainers, Wave guys.
Yeah, but what about Falco?
There are
Yeah.
Falcos.
But
Stop.
see, the Falco players aren't that great, so you don't really.
Yes.
They're not as good as other players, but they are Falcos. So.
No, there's no Falcos.
I'm sure there are, but one that comes to mind, and again, I'm sure there are, but I don't really see them very often.
Yeah,
is Bowser
Jigglypuff.
Jr.
Yeah, that's a good one, Zemper.
Fuck.
Jigglypuff
Yeah.
is probably the least seen ever.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh, yeah,
Jigglypuff's not in this game. Never mind.
Jigglypuff
Yeah.
almost got cut from Brawl, man. Jigglypuff, it might be time to leave.
Why is she still here? She should have been gone years ago.
That's,
Yo,
that's one of the worst
my
design
original
characters in
12.
Smash.
Jigglypuff's only real rep is a melee player who plays Smash 4 for fun.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Definitely Jigs. Wii Fit Trainer.
I'd
you're
be
okay.
down to see Jigs go in favor of a more relevant Pokemon.
I feel like that's not going to happen though at this point. Jiggly is just too iconic.
I'd say it's
She's one of the first
possible
12.
because Sakurai considered
She's
Dax
some
in him.
ass. Get her out of here.
Alright, I'm gonna go look at the PGR. Zeph,
Alright.
give your answers.
My man Fatality.
I mean, there's a
I don't
Falco on
even
the
know how I'm
PGR. Wait,
supposed to
hold
answer,
up. There's a Falco on the PGR.
Don't you
lying.
dare say AC.
He's
You
I don't know.
barely
I
play
don't-
Falco
Falco on the
anymore.
PGR. There's a
He's
picture of Falco
lying.
right on the PGR.
Falco
Nah.
players don't even main Falco. I've been over
Falco on
this.
PGR.
Every Falco main
PGR.
plays a better character more. than
Ooh,
Falco.
McDerrett's right. Number 50 on the PGR. AC plays Falco.
Damn.
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
There it is.
He
all right.
plays
Number
Meta Knight.
50?
He plays Meta
All right.
Knight.
Jig is confirmed bottom of the bucket.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
Jigs.
Zeph's turn.
Okay, I think this character has she's had some time in Smash already, but she hasn't been seen as a playable character yet.
If he doesn't say Ashley, he's memeing.
I'm not talking about Ashley. I'm talking about Lynn.
Okay. Yeah,
because she's been getting special treatment lately. Multiple forms in Heroes. She's playable in Warriors. They're starting to recognize that older Fire Emblems exist with remakes. I feel like Lynn is a perfect. Like she's an assist trophy. She could be like Little Max. Why not? She's incredibly popular.
So if that's with Lynn, I think that's a totally valid, cool choice. But if they are going to do that, and I like the Fire Emblem characters, so like I'm just throwing that out there. Like I like that series, I like those characters. But if they're going to put Lynn in, I cannot realistically see them putting her in with the characters that we have right now. So with that said, which of the characters that are on the roster right now that are Fire Emblem characters do you think would get cut? Or
I think Corrin
offers.
The only thing you can say for Corrin is, but his game sold well. Like what the fuck? Who cares? His moveset isn't. It's like he has one unique mechanic, two if you want to stretch. He's the most like basic of basic you can get with a sword character without being Marth.
I absolutely love Robin as a character, but if they don't if they don't rework his moveset, I want him gone.
What's wrong with Robin?
Robin is way too
What's wrong with him?
Wait,
no,
what?
but like it's just like the way he is such a good callback to the actual game. Yes, maybe it's not so amazing in Smash, but like the way they execute it is so like well done.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
Fire Emblem, you lose your weapon unless it's a Lord's weapon.
Yeah,
So
that's
Lord
why I
might
said
keep it.
Corrin over Robin. Like Robin
is
I
clean
feel
as
like
hell.
Robin also marks like Fire Emblem's resurgence. Corrin is just riding off of Robin's coattails.
Yeah,
and he
they
doesn't have any.
I hope Robin's back. I just want him to not be ass.
He's not ass.
He's ass.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me rephrase. He got some stuff.
He's okay.
Robin is not. I mean, like they don't put all these characters in the game to be good though. Why can't some characters be bad?
Yeah, not everything needs to be fucking.
I want.
Robin is a
love
unique
Robin.
character that's well made. I think Robin's great as is. Robin don't gotta be good.
And then honestly, a balanced fighter isn't a fighter that has each and every single character good.
Right,
you know,
right.
like
They can all do
competitively
something.
viable. A balanced fighter is when there's at least a decent amount of characters, you know, a decent pool of characters that we're able to use that can counter each other. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be every single character. There's always going to be those characters that are just ass.
Every single character was good. There's no fighting
again?
game ever made.
He said there's no fighting game where every single character is good.
Actually, so they mentioned what game did I play? Guilty Gear actually did a good job of that. Virtual Fighter didn't do a bad job of that either. But carry on.
It's relative to the game that you're in, though. There's even within those games, there's a character that's probably stands out more than all the other ones. Like I feel like in Smash, as long as the character has something they can do, like Robin's not very like amazing, but he got some stuff that he can do. He's
I think Robin's good.
Right.
I want them.
As long as they're not completely worthless.
Never mind, I take it back. Someone said Brawl minus every single character is good. You're right. I take it back.
But even in Brawl Minus, there's characters that are way better than others, even though they're all good. That's what I'm saying.
But at least it's all I was trying to say is not everybody has to be good.
Matters, and therefore it's balanced.
That's what I was saying.
No, I
it's not even that not everyone has to be good. Not everyone can be good. Like there'll always be
right, especially in the Smash game where they pay so much attention to detail. Characters by design will be better than others.
It's not even like this game was meant to be played like this anyway.
Right, that's what I was gonna say too. They don't even care. On top of that, I mean, maybe they do now a little bit, but before now they never cared. Maybe they did. They just didn't put much thought into it. I don't know.
They probably didn't realize how much marketing power we may have.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, the reactions to the trailer is probably going to help our case a lot too. There was the Japanese Smash Twitter was kind of circulating a video of people's reaction videos to the trailer.
Oh yeah, Sakura, I saw that.
So yeah, Sakura tweeted it out.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't that happen with Mewtwo? Etika?
Yeah, Etika's reaction.
I'm pretty sure Sakurai knows who Etika is by this point.
We kind of lose our fucking minds over here in the West.
Yeah. No, it was funny. I saw. I was at Disneyland on the 9th because my birthday was the 9th, and obviously this was announced on the 8th.
Oh, that's
and I know it is what it is, but I was. I ended up going out and just. 37. I'm 28. Anyway, so I was out at Disneyland. I don't know who's being a keyboard warrior over there, but
might be.
That's okay. But basically, when I was out over in Disneyland, I noticed that my reaction video was trending on the Japanese YouTube channel, page, the trending Japanese page, and I had an influx of Japanese comments that were on there. A bunch of them, and I pulled them up and I translated them on Google Translate, and one said, "I'm so happy to see a fellow Japanese man falling in love with Smash Brothers. I love fellow Japanese men." And I thought that was really funny, and I wanted to bring that up.
Wow. They don't even know their own, yo.
I'm an Italian. I am not Japanese, but okay. I'll take it. They just saw the One Piece in my background, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he must be Japanese." It's pretty weird, but
One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece rocks, man. Luffy for Smash. Anyway,
I think one thing I should mention about my pick is another character that could get cut. I don't think he will, just because he's so fucking popular. Is Roy? If they dragged him up from the depths of Melee, he wasn't even in Brawl. They put him in Smash 4.
Was kind of an offhand choice, honestly.
Yeah.
Roy had to rise up from the ashes, literally.
He's incredibly popular. We got to remember, Fire Emblem in Japan is much bigger.
Yeah.
And they actually had Roy's game. We still haven't.
Well, I mean, it'd be fine if they cut Roy and put in Lin. And they made Lucina a skin for Marth. And they cut Corrin and they put in Camilla on the back of her dragon, and that's good to go. We're good to go. Because we don't have any axe fighters.
Camilla would be kind of clean.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because we don't have
an axe user.
Exactly. We don't have any axe users. We don't have any real magic users beyond what's it called, Robin.
Not even.
If you have a magic and axe user on the back of a dragon, that'd be amazing. And she's got the bounce physics, man.
Yo, Roger. Tiki, can we get Tiki Final Smash turn into a dragon? Easy.
Tiki would actually be kind of clean too. Tiki would be okay. I want Camilla over Tiki though.
All right.
What if Camilla was riding Ridley?
That'd be awesome. That would actually be for an awesome intro trailer for the two of them.
Two characters that'll never get in, hanging out. Nice.
They're both purple.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
And Ridley's gonna be playable, and this is gonna bite me in the ass. Like when I tweeted a long time ago on my old account before I got suspended. I said shit like Cloud is never gonna get into Smash Bros. And then the minute Cloud gets revealed, I look at my Twitter and someone retweeted it.
Well, to be fair, back in season 1, in the first episode when we were doing this exact same thing and mentioning first-party characters, one of us brought up Duck Hunt Dog, and then to quote him, I'm not the one swearing, so I just want to put this on the record. To quote him, Shofu did say, "Who the fuck wants Duck Hunt Dog?
I didn't
Duck
say
Hunt
that.
Dog has no chance in Smash."
You know what else I said? Remember
when
when we saw Villager? I said, "Who the hell getting hit by that tree?"
Madhead say getting hit by that tree.
I've seen people get clapped up by that tree. Yeah, don't listen to me.
That tree's so slow. How are you ever going to get hit by that?
So anyway, with that being said, I think we've gone over a lot. We have a lot still to talk about in terms of Smash Brothers, but the great thing for you guys is this is going to be weekly every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time.
I remember season 2.
Can we at least say bi-weekly?
Guys, season 2 bi-weekly.
I mean, we can do it. We can make the announcement right now officially. Do you want it weekly or bi-weekly? What do you guys want?
I'll do it weekly.
I'll do it weekly too.
I don't care.
I don't have much faith in you, honestly. I'm being real.
Dude, we had a multi-year hype cycle. We had a multi-year hype cycle with the last game. This one's coming out this year. It's already March. We got to do it weekly.
There's
otherwise
no way Ricky is going to be
around
every Monday.
All right, right now. In our private Discord chat, poll. Go.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Can I guess
right
vote?
Now. I'm voting right now.
No,
if you're here, vote.
How do I activate it?
Okay. Oh, everyone's doing weekly. There you go. Just did Say your name right now.
Oh
no. Oh
it's
no.
6-3. So. It's 4-6.
I swear to God,
How
if
many
it's
people do we have
50-50.
right now?
There's 11 people in
Please
here.
have mercy on us.
Who hasn't voted?
Weekly wins automatically.
Yeah, weekly wins automatically.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
All right, so we'll be back next week at 6 p.m. Pacific time on Shofu's channel with another episode of Japan Time. Guys, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad we are back. So, real quick, everybody just tell people where they could find you.
We should go in order. Everyone
go in order. Yeah, top to bottom.
All right, I'm at Coastword everywhere: Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. Yeah.
Duncan?
I don't want these people.
Ooh.
All right, cool. McDermott, you're up.
That's crazy.
Yike. You can find me at McDermott, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Also want to say there's 2 Falcos on the PGR. Hashtag notable win. Okay.
He's lying.
Nah,
Shut
look
the
at Dyer.
fuck up.
My name's right there. There's a picture of
hate
Falco. There's 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead,
Get rid of this.
Mike.
Huh?
Where can people
find you?
You can listen to the Action Relay podcast.
Oh shit!
Whoa!
So we cross promote now. All right, go ahead. Where? How do we find the podcast?
You can just find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Ricky.
You can find me where you need me, baby, on twitter.com/RickyCocaine. I recently posted, whatchamacallit, kind of like a spoiler, because I am Leaky Pipes from years past. So you can go over to my Twitter and you can see the last post that's pinned up. Very important. So if you don't want to be spoiled for this new game, that's on you. But I suggest everybody go and check it out. And then also, anybody who follows me gets 1 BitConnect.
Stop.
You mean a Bitcoin?
BitConnect.
No,
BitConnect.
BitConnect is another kind of.
Oh, the meme. The Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
One of those.
All right. Well, you can find me at RogersBase on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Twitch. Even though I never stream on Twitch, sorry, D1. And it's spelled RogersBase.
You already know. All right, you on my channel.
I hope they know.
Just go ahead and click that follow button if you're not following already. You know what I'm saying? Hit that subscribe button too.
Hey, I don't like this.
Oh yeah.
You already know, boy.
That's my boy.
But yeah, you can find me nowadays at on Twitter, Virum_SD. That's VIRUM_SD. And yeah. Apart from that, you can find me commentating some tournaments every now and then, and working on a platform fighter called Icons. Be free to play, coming out at some point.
Sorry guys, just stretched. What's up guys? Do you want
You need
here?
some water? Your boy Ray Racer need to come through for you?
Hey, yo, Ryota though. I'm just saying. actually, yo, it's Zelda, man. I'm trying to get Zelda from I'm saying
leggings.
Not Twilight, from Breath of the Wild in there. Them leggings though. Anyway, so yeah, my name is D1. You guys could find me on YouTube, Twitch, Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter. I'm gonna stop at XD1X. That's basically it. I do a lot of commentary. Haven't been going to a lot of events in Q1, but Q2 things are gonna start turning up very soon.
You can find your boy WarChamp7 on Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, SoundCloud, Habbo Hotel, Neopets.com, and anything else you can possibly come up with at WarChamp7. I do a lot of things all over the internet. I work on a couple of websites, including the one for our own Team Japan Time you're listening to right now. You can find all of the links people have talked about so far at teamjapantime.com/team. That's got all of the core members of the cast. I'm going to work on getting a guest page up for the people that join us regularly, so you can find their stuff as well. But if you missed anything that's been said so far, you can find Shofu, Roger, Coast, Zeph, Mike, Ricky, all of us. All of our social links are up on there. Easily found. Yeah. Find me online, WarChamp7. I also work on the OBS website if you stream. So.
Oh shit. Hey, so I got banned on Twitter. Please come back.
His new one is on the website.
My new Twitter is the realist Zeph. I got wrongfully banned from the threat slayer, so to Styles.
I know your pain, man.
Yeah, Duncan got banned too, and yeah, I'm the realist Zeph on Twitter, and on Twitch, I'm Captain Zeph. Yeah, I've been at Twitch. I need to talk to you. Been getting like 90 to 150 views, and I still don't have a sub button. So, hey, what's going on?
I could link you with the achievements blog post on Twitch.
It better work. Okay, I'm done.
All right. We'll be back next week, you guys. Take care of yourselves, and we'll talk to you then.